A very good morning to you. Welcome to us here on Shop on TV. My name is on the bottom. I've got my name on TV eventually. It's Alan Ennis with you right through till 3 o'clock. Now, I'm going to ask you right off the bat to stick with us because this show genuinely has so many amazing products on it. We're going to be talking Einhell, German company, German engineering, gardening products. We're going to talk about how to trim hedges. We're going to show you about trimming the side of the grass. We're also going to be showing you the stretch stools as well, the stretch seats, which I can't wait to tell you about. They're great. We're going to have a water feature for you tonight as well, and we're going to cool you down with an amazing fan from Vibra as well. Now, I'm not on my own here tonight. Yes, folks, I know. I am on extra money tonight. I am on danger money. It's Mike St, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, how are you, Alan? Nice to see you.
It's our first time.
Hey, can I just say a quick hello to my daughter? She's watching tonight.
You just did.
Emily, hello. It's your dad. He's on TV, look.
Yes,
I've got to say hello to Emily and Michael. They're watching in London. She can go to bed now.
She can go to bed now. She's happy.
She's been out to see a show tonight. A really nice show in South Bank, so she'd be...
Yeah, we'll get a bit more of that.
Yeah, but we're going to do a really nice show
here tonight. So if you do want to get in touch with us tonight, if you want to buy any of the products that you see, we're going to talk through all of them. We'll give you the numbers as we go through, and you'll always see them on screen anyway. But first, I don't expect you to buy anything till you know a little bit about this. So let's have a look at this little video clip that we have. And then brand new with us today. And Mike is going to tell us about this video clip, and he's going to tell us the details.
Yeah, the great thing about this product, this is from Einhell. They're over 60 years old. They're a German company, worth over, the company is £500 million company. They are in 25 countries throughout Europe. That doesn't include South America, and this lawnmower is an absolutely superb lawnmower. Now, it's 32 centimetres. It's got 3 different levels as well. It's very, very light. It only weighs about 8 kilos. The battery that fits this lawnmower fits all the Einhell tools as well. So you can have one battery that fits all. It goes right the way up to the edges. So you can see here, very, very simple. I mean, you won't go around that quick, but it will cut your grass nice and easy as well. The other great thing about it, with it being very, 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 very light as well, it's easy to empty and it's easy to store as well. It is a superb. It's a superb. Machine, and also machine, yeah. And remember, it's cordless freedom as well. One battery fits all the Einhell tools.
And being cordless is really important as well. We will be talking later about the troubles that you can have, or perhaps you may have had in the past with corded ones. It just makes it easier, it makes it quicker. So what exactly are you getting? Well, it is the Einhell Power X cordless 18-volt lawnmower. Now, you get a battery and a charger, but then we give you an extra battery as well. That's worth $34.95 on its own. Now, when you then compare that to the actual price that you're paying for this, $149.99, it shows that this is really good value. And wait till you hear about the warranty on this. I don't want to say too much about it. I want Mike to tell you all of these things because that's what he's here for tonight. I am here to tell you all about how to purchase things. 03333 241 241. That's our phone number. Have a look up there. It's 683752. That's the item number that you quote if you call the guys at our call centre, but of course you can go to our website as well, which is shopontv.co.uk, and then also you can do your PayPal Pay in 3, which we'll tell you more about in a little while. Also, we're going to have this tonight. I did promise you a bit of a water feature, so this is exactly what we're talking about. Now, it's here live in the studio as well, and it is a pretty neat piece of kit, isn't it, Mike?
It is actually, yeah. This is a resin. It's very, very light, but it looks very heavy as well. Very simple to set up. The great thing about this water feature is it's got a lithium battery in it. So what it does when it charges up via the sun, you can actually use this at night. If you don't use it during the day, it will charge up the battery so you can use it at night, but it also charges up as you're using it as well. So it's a really unique water feature. And the price, I've got to tell you, is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, at that price, it is brilliant. It really is. Very, very easy to set up. Look fabulous in any garden. In fact, Alan, you said to me you like this, don't you?
Yes, I do like it very much, actually. And I can tell you this, it was very easy to set up. We will talk you through that in a little while. Now, I did mention to you that if you do want to do PayPal Pay in 3, you would go to our website. That's where you can peruse everything that we're seeing on all of the products that we're showing you tonight. And if you go down there, you can see everything that you have there. So you have your Einhell, you've got your Beneco fans, you've got your Vibra fans, you've got your 2 little Solo Mini as well. We've also got the Washmatic and the Spin Mop as well tonight. But if you are in the marketplace for anything that we're going to show you on tonight, you know exactly now how to order. And by the way, PayPal Pay in 3, pop it in. When you go to checkout, whatever it is you're buying, once it's over £30, what you can then do is just go to PayPal, fill in a little bit of a few questions, and then away you go with that one. Now, Mike, the weather at the minute I want to talk about first, because I find that I'm mowing the lawn a lot more than I have been, because it's hot and then it's raining and everything. That's great for grass, isn't it?
That's right. It is absolutely brilliant for grass, but it's not brilliant for us because we've got to keep cutting it.
Keep doing it.
Normally once a week or something like that. But the thing is now is that with mowing your lawn, it's always a chore, isn't it? So I find this vacuum,
we've been doing vacuums for too long.
Yeah, vacuum. This lawnmower, very, very light to use. But the great thing about it, Alan, is that, as I said before, one battery. If you go for the other tools that we've got today, because we've got the hedge trimmer and we've got the grass cutter as well, one battery does all the it's all interchangeable, and you are getting a spare battery with this. Now that is really important, because let's face it, you know, a lot of these battery, I've always gone off battery operated things because I think halfway through the lawn you're going to stop. Now that could happen, but normally with this one you've got about 4 hours on it anyway, so unless you've got a big lawn, it won't make.
Yeah, what did I see? Is it 600 square metres or something like that of a garden?
It's 150 square metres.
150 square metres, that's what it is.
150 square metres. Also, it's 30 centimetre cut, which goes right up to the edges. So it goes right up to the edge of your garden. So you've got a 30 centimetre cut here. You've also got 3 different levels on the lawnmower, which will give you the 3 cutter. So it goes 30 to 70 mil. And I've got to tell you, you were mentioning about the garden. If you cut at 30 millimetres, which is really the optimum level, what it actually does is it stops moss from growing in your grass. So it makes your grass a lot. You know when people cut the grass really short, and they think they're doing a great job.
It's not good for
it's not good for the garden. No, you want a 30 millimetre cut, and the reason why that does, because it stops the moss from growing in between the grass, and it gives you a really nice grass. So
nice
I'm not a gardener, but I was told that by a gardener.
But it's nice to get those little tips as well, because the stuff that I didn't know, and Mike isn't part of that. Okay, so Mike, a couple of questions for you here.
Yes.
Brushless motor.
Brushless motor.
So why is that important? Because I saw it on the box that they're talking about the pure power brushless. What's that going to do for you guys at home?
The brushless motor means it's a lot more efficient. Basically, with the battery, because it's brushless motor, you've got an 18-volt lithium battery, which makes it more efficient. Because obviously, when you've got brushes that are not brushless, basically what happens is you'll get a shorter running time and you'll get less power. With this one, you get a longer running time and you get more power because of the brushless motor.
And it's to do with losing the heat as well, isn't it? Because it loses heat. A brushed motor loses heat.
Yes, absolutely.
And that heat uses power, so it's
right.
quite
Always
important.
uses power as well.
Yeah.
And you've got this fabulous warranty as well.
Okay, now that was my next question for you. Okay, so when you buy something like this, and especially when we look at our price tonight on this as well, you do wonder how long is something like this going to last. So Einhell, German engineering, give us how many years of warranty?
10 years.
I mean, that's just incredible.
You've got to register it though, obviously.
Of course, but you'd expect that, because Einhell need to know when you bought this.
That's
and
right,
when you can, your 10-year begins. 10 years. I don't think I have ever, in all of my 24 years doing this kind of work, I don't think I've ever seen a 10-year warranty before.
No, not on something like this as well, because with battery-operated machines, they don't normally give you that sort of warranty. But let me just tell you about Einhell. Einhell have been going over 60 years. 60 years this year. 1964 they started. It was started by Hans Einhell, and then he passed on the company to his nephew, who was called Joseph. Joseph. I'm trying to think of his German name now. Huberstaber. I think that's the way to pronounce it. But that was his name. And what he did, I'll get it right in a second. But basically, what he did was he took this company to another level.
Yeah.
It's in 25 countries throughout Europe, and that doesn't include South Africa, South America, North America, Asia. So this is a world. It's a world renowned company.
Well, we know the name of it. I mean, it really is synonymous, and I always think power tools as well with this.
But the other thing as well, Alan, is that you'll find these in professional tools. Like the tool stations and places like that.
Yeah.
You find this is a professional machine, folks, but you're not getting it at a professional price. What you're getting is you're getting a machine at a great price, and remember, you're getting the battery with it. Now, the spare battery is normally a 35 quid.
Yeah.
So you're getting a spare battery with this as well. So you're never ever going to run out. So
tell me about the unit itself. So I'd like to see what is the blade on this, because
Right.
you know, you get a lot of them and they've got inferior blades, in my opinion. So what have we got here?
Yes, well, you've got a 30 centimetre cut blade, goes right to the
Metal
edges
blade.
here. This is the blade here, obviously. It goes right to the edges, so you're going to get the perfect cut right to the edge of your lawn. Okay, it really is top quality as well. The wheels are really good quality as well, and also they are they've got rubber. They're rubber on the outside as well. Reminds me of a little bit of a car, this, doesn't it? If you see that,
Yeah,
you
car has wheels as well. Yes, Mike, it does.
It just reminds me of a very posh car. This.
Can we keep that up for a second? Because I want to ask, because one of the things for me is we can see obviously here that the blade is metal. And when I said inferior ones, I have seen ones that have those little plastic things on them.
They do, yes.
Which I'm not really keen on.
Yeah.
Mike, I like the idea of this little bend on the end here, like a little wing of a plane.
Yes.
And the reason for that?
Well, the reason for that, obviously, is to give you the better cut on the grass as well.
Yeah.
You've got it on both sides. So basically, what will happen is that it will cut the grass, but also what you'll also find with this is you won't find that it gets trapped in the inside as well.
And it creates a better vortex, doesn't it?
Vortex with
Firing it out
That's
into
right,
the back of your collection chamber better
That's
as
the
well.
idea. That's the idea, basically. So what it does, it makes it a lot more efficient. So you're getting more vortex with it, but also it's the cutting action as well, which makes it really perfect.
Brilliant.
Now the wheels are larger wheels than normal as well. So in actual fact, and that's important, because if you've got larger wheels, you don't have to push it as hard.
Exactly.
Because if you know, I mean, it's nice and easy. It's less stress on the lawn as well. It's nice and easy if you're an old person like me, because I'm getting on a bit, you know. I'm 70 years old.
You don't look a day over 69.
Let me tell you, folks, if you're an old person, if you're an old codger like me, I'm telling you now, this vacuum, I'll get it right in a minute. It's not a vacuum. This is where your danger money comes in now.
This is exactly why I'm getting the big bucks tonight.
He's on with me for 2.5 hours, the first time we've ever worked together.
I don't think I'll have the energy. David, can you drive home tonight? I'm not driving.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So, okay, we've got the metal blade, we've got the bigger wheels, and we mentioned as well as firing that grass back into this basket.
Correct, yeah.
How big is our basket? So how often, obviously,
the back is 25 litres. It's very, very easy to take off. And I'll tell you something else. I'm going to tell you something that you might not know about this as well. You've got your long handle, which is foldable as well. So it's all foldable. It's adjustable. You've got your carry handle, which is here as well. You can pick up your carry handle.
Oh, that looks really nicely weighted.
It is. Now,
oh, that's absolutely perfectly balanced. Look at it, seriously. I mean, look at 2 fingers up like that there. Yeah. 2 fingers up. That sounded wrong. But 2 fingers just like that.
Good job past the watershed.
Have a look. When you lift that, it doesn't tilt backwards or forwards. Yeah. That is really, really well. Perfectly balanced.
This is nice and light as well, so everything's nice and light. You've got a safety switch here. If I lift up the front here, you've got a safety switch here. Now, what you do with this switch, if you take that out, that means nothing will happen. It will not work.
Even with the battery in?
Even with the battery in. So if you're going for a cup of tea or something like that, you pull that out, it's your safety catch, okay? As I said before, the battery, that just fits into the unit like so. Once that is in, that is your safety key.
The battery goes in here too.
And the battery goes in here. Let me just show you the battery. There's the battery, and that just fits in. Now you've got a slide on there. You can actually do it without even looking. It just slips in like so. Okay.
Brilliant.
Now let me just show you. If I just tilt this up, because you've also got a safety catch here. Now this will not work unless you press both buttons. Okay. Now I'm just going to lift this up because obviously we've got no grass, and I don't want to cut the. But I'm just going to do it very, very gently. Watch.
No, you can hear that. Oh yeah,
it's not.
That's good.
But the good thing about this, it's not really loud as well.
Yeah. But you can hear the quality of that.
You can hear the quality of the motor. That's a brushless motor. And let me just tell you something, folks. But when you buy these machines, you don't normally get this quality. You don't normally get a brushless motor. You don't normally get the battery. You don't normally get the battery that'll fit everything. This is a very, very light vacuum. Why am I saying vacuum? Hang on a minute. It's not a vacuum. It's a lawnmower.
We're going to let you away with that because it doesn't pick up and fire the grass back. So we let him away with it.
That's right. I'm going to tell you something else as well. I don't know whether you knew. Do you have one of these rotary rotary mowers? Have you got one of these rotary mowers?
No, I don't. Well, I actually don't have any more at the moment.
Right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what I use mine for. This is perfect, folks. If you've got a rotary mower, when you cut your hedges, when you use the hedge trimmer that we're going to show you, and you know the hedges that when they all fall on the ground, and you stand there. Every time I see people there with bags and they're brushing
Oh,
over
yeah.
and trying to get, what you do is you wheel this over it, okay?
Yeah.
What it does is it chops everything up, it fires it back into here, and it mulches it at the same time. Not a lot of people know that, but let me tell you, this is it's a two-in-one machine. They're absolutely brilliant. If you want something that is going to save you a load of time when you've cut your hedges, use this to pick up your hedge trimmings, even on the grass. It's perfect, and it mulches it as well.
Now, question for you. So we talked there about mulching and stuff like that. So there are 3 different types of cut that you can do with this lawnmower as well, isn't there?
Yes, there are, yes. There's three different levels on it. It's very, very simple. Just adjust the back wheels and it'll adjust the heat.
But you've got 3 cuts as well. You've got your mulch cut and your meadow cut as well.
Absolutely,
you can use on
yes.
this. So can we go into that a little bit and the differences in those 3 cuts?
Yeah, you've got your 3 different cuts here, and the way to do it, if you just show you here, you've got your if I just turn that around where my finger is here, you can see the 3 different levels here.
Yeah.
And the 3 different cuts, basically, if you want just a light cut, you can have that. But the most important cut is the 30 millimeter cut, which is the one that will actually cut your lawn in the perfect way.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want a low cut, it's absolutely perfect. But if the weather is bad and your lawn is a little bit wet and you just want to trim it, then you can go on the high cut as well.
Okay.
Very, very easily to change the height on this. It's very simple. You've just got the 3 settings there, and it's just spring loaded, and you just adjust the wheels there. It's absolutely perfect.
But I was saying to you as well, then, if we get a regular cut with the basket on, but if we take the basket off and we leave that, we get a different type of cut on the grass.
You can get a different type of cut as well, but if you leave the basket off, then obviously all the grass is going to come through the end.
Comes out the back, so you get your meadow cut and your mulching as well.
That's right.
So
If you want to do it that way, you can.
And sometimes on the first cut of a season, they say cut it and leave the grass trimmings down because they can't feed, don't they? And the last one as well. So again, by leaving that off, that's what you can do.
That is the jury's out on that one in a lot of ways, because some gardeners say not to do that.
Yeah.
But I know some gardeners do say that. I just cut it, mate.
Just cut it and leave it.
I'm not a great gardener. Don't go on what I say, folks.
If the viewers at home, Mike, haven't really got into their cutting yet, or they haven't done it in a couple of weeks and their grass is really, really long, we should never go to the lowest setting, should we?
No, I would never go to the lowest setting anyway. I always cut mine on 30 millimeter, and I was told this by a gardener because the reason is that I used to get a lot of moss on my garden.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And if you cut it at 30 millimeters, it's the perfect height.
Yeah.
And what it does, it stops the actual moss from
growing in it.
From growing, and that's what gives you a nice cut. Most gardeners will tell you that anyway, and that's what this will do. But it's so easy to use as well.
Yeah, because what I tended to do again in the first cut of a season, when it was really long, I just put it up to its highest cut. So just it does. I find for me it doesn't stress the grass so much, and take it down a little bit gradually rather than going in and just going into the lowest cut first and trying to rip it through. But listen, the whole thing about this is, with it being Einhell and brushless motor in this, that really is an incredible, because when we went from brushed motors to brushless motors, when it came to, first of all, I heard about this in drills and power tools, it really did go from here to here. It really elevated the power that you had, the way that it takes the power from the battery. You get longer from the batteries as well. So the fact that this is brushless at this incredibly low price that we have tonight, and you get that extra battery, you can put this in to 3 payments on PayPal, paying 3 at £52.31 tonight. That's all you have to pay if you go through and do that. But of course, you might want to pop some other stuff into your basket as well in a minute, or you can pay £149.99 up front. It's yours, away you go. But either way, whether you do PayPal, paying 3, you get it straight away as well. Mike, that's great. So we want to move on and talk about the hedge trimmer now, and also the line trimmer as well. But let's remind you first of all about the water feature that we have tonight, because this is proving to be really popular tonight. Lots of you already going for this. Now, this really is a very substantial piece, even though it is quite lightweight the way that it's been made. It is a substantial piece, and I think it would make a gorgeous feature. And of course, you can see that you have got the lights in that as well. Some people may decide to use this as a planter, but it is solar powered, and Mike told me the real secret to this, that actually has a battery built in. So even when It's nighttime, it has battery powered stored away, so you can continue to use it without having to have it plugged in, because that power is there. And Mike, am I correct in remembering that you said it will run that for around 6 hours?
About 6 hours, yeah, depending on how the sunshine's been during the day.
And $79.99 for that literally is near on half price on that one. So you can see 348313 is the item number for that one. So if you want to get that into your basket right now, you can do that. But of course,
I don't think you'll find one at that price. Anyway.
I genuinely don't think you will. Not for the size of it, because don't think this is a little thing. When we sit beside that, you're going to go, wow, that's quite big. It is a big piece. So when we talk about lawn care, we want to use the best tools and we want to get the best results. Now, clearly, we've already spoken about Einhell and how brilliant they are. German engineering, German company, and they really do go for proper quality. We've talked about that wonderful lawnmower. Let's now move on to the hedge trimmer, and we'll also then talk about the line trimmer as well in just a minute. Mike's popping that down. Okay, so tell me the features of this. Why is this one so good?
Right, well, this is absolutely superb. It's got a 15mm cut. It's very light, okay? Again, the battery that you use in your lawnmower, you can use in this machine as well. So
Brilliant.
It's all interacting, the batteries. And what you're going to do, folks, here's a great thing. If you buy the lawnmower, you get a battery with it, obviously.
You get
a spare battery.
Yeah, so you've got two.
That's right. If you buy this, you get a battery.
Two more.
And you get a second battery. So,
that's brilliant.
So you're going to end up with 4 batteries, right?
Yeah.
And this is the great thing, folks. Do you need 4 batteries? Because I'll tell you something, that is superb, because think about this. If you've got lots and lots of cutting to do, or you want to do next door neighbours cutting or whatever, this is perfect, because you're never ever going to run out of the battery. Now, this is very light. It's got a 15cm cut. You've got your safety guard here, and I've got to tell you, even the quality of the safety guard is top quality. Just feel that it's not just cheap plastic. Alan. We're looking at quality. The blades are long-lasting blades. I mean, they're basically made of carbon steel. And what happens with these is the more you use them, the sharper they get.
Right.
They are absolutely brilliant. You can see that the blade. I mean, just look at the blades. Now, let me just show you something, Alan. The great thing about this. I mean, look at the blades on that. Now, here's a machine. This machine here. We're talking here about 99 quid for this machine. Now, bear in mind, folks, this is...
With the extra battery, of course.
Yeah, with the extra battery. This is cordless, right? I don't know where you're going to find a machine like this at that price. This here is what I bought. Now, this was mine from home. Now, just look at the difference. I'm not here to knock it, but this is a wire, right? So, first of all, you've got a wire that goes long, and let me just explain something to you. This is genuinely mine from home before I saw this one. I'm hoping I'm going to get one of these.
Yeah.
But just have a look at this, folks. Is this? Have you seen this here? Look there. There's 2 bits here. Look. See where my finger is? What's happened here, folks? I'll tell you what's happened. We've cut the wire twice.
That's really
twice.
dangerous.
I mean, everybody will be sat there going, yeah, I've done that with mine. I've cut mine. And you never know, because what happens is it just drops. It's all right. It's not plugged in. It just goes through there. You press the button, and that's it. It's gone. Well, also with the cable, you're constantly trying to chuck it out of the way, aren't you? I mean, it's a real, it is a concern. And okay, so it's not. We've used corded machines for years, but things move on. Things get better. So the fact now that you can have it cordless is just brilliant. Now, don't forget, when you buy this, $99.99, we give you the charger and we give you the battery and then an extra battery, and that battery is worth 35 quid, the extra one. So if you think, right, and this is the way I look at things, so if we're giving you that as an extra, that's £35, right? That's what it should be. Well, then it makes sense that this is worth 35 quid. So there's 70 quid's worth of value. Now we're giving you as well the charging unit for that. And then you're getting all of this for $99.99. That really is incredible value when you break it down. And thank you to Einhell for these 18-volt lithium-ion batteries. And that extra one really does make this an incredible deal. And the other great thing is, again, I'm just saying, if you're an old person like me, this is really easy to use. It's very simple. It's nice and light. The battery just fits in nice and easy. You cannot use this unless you press both the handle and the trigger at the back. Okay,
yeah.
They've both got to be.
So
be used.
it's this and back here.
That's right. Now,
can I have a try of that? Do you mind?
Can, yeah, no, you have a
so
go.
basically, I have to pull.
You like.
It's our show, my friend. You pull this and then push this here.
That's right.
So just that's
just
really nice.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
now,
there's nothing hard about that.
Let me just show you something about this, Alan.
That's really good.
This is the normal way they do it. You've got a switch there, you've got a button there, and you've you've got a switch here. Normally, you've got to hold that down, you've got to press that, and you've got to press that.
Yeah.
So you've got to do 3 things. And I've got to tell you, it is very, very awkward, and most people will find this. You've probably got this. So this one here, you see.
And I noticed 101 decibels written on that too, which is a loud.
That's right. It is.
That's not this one. That's that one down there.
Yeah. So basically, you've got the lithium-ion battery. This fits in nice and easy. Remember, it's the same battery that goes into all the machines. Now, I'm just going to do this just to show you. I'm just going to take that out of the way there. Where my thumb is the safety catch. But just listen to this, folks. I'm going to tilt it to one side so you can see the blades going. Look at that.
They do move quite fast.
I have got to tell you, folks, this is absolute poetry in motion. It is the most beautiful machine, and it will give you perfect cutting results.
Yeah.
The blades are laser cut carbon steel, which means that they're not going to tarnish, they're not going to shine, they're not going to get unsharpened. You know that you don't have to sharpen them at all, and they will cut perfect. Now this is the great thing about this, because let's face it, if you are cutting your hedges, you want a perfect cut. And also, if you're doing a bit of topiary, you know, you might have a not topiary so much, but you might have a nice round feature there of a. And these are
your hedge,
to get now. 15mm cut, absolutely perfect. It's beautiful.
I like the idea of trimming down hedges and stuff like that, and the idea of a little topiary. Don't know what a topiary is.
No, topiary. When you're doing your if you've got a nice you might have a nice green tree in the garden in a pot. You know, it might be a nice round ball, and you want to make it nice and round.
That's
and things like that's topiary. That's I
know the word, but I never actually knew what it was. Well, the good thing is, at least you know that when you do have something like this, you know, you're not going in somewhere and buying a brand that you know nothing about. You know, we are talking about Einhell here. Over 60 years they've been around. Now that's a long time, not as long as Mikey tells us, but they've been around a long time, and you know that you are getting absolutely incredible quality with this. And when I picked this up a few moments ago, it does feel really good. It's not too heavy, and also seems to be very well balanced as well. And the fact that you are getting 2 batteries. Now, like Mike said earlier, if you have if you get the lawnmower and you get 2 batteries with that and the charger, and then get this as well and you get the 2 batteries and the charger, well, it means you've 4 batteries, and of course then you're going to have quite a lot of runtime on that. And have them all charged up at all times. Lithium ion as well, so it doesn't matter if you keep charging them and discharging them, they don't have that memory function that batteries used to have a few years ago. So we are talking really the height of quality here.
Do you know what, Alan? I mean, you can look at that. Look at the blade. Let me just take the battery off, because I always like to, just to be safe. You know, look at the blades on there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell, can't you?
Yeah, you can see the diamond cut on those.
You only have to look at the diamond cut there, the laser cut blades. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a quality machine, folks. For £99, you're looking at top quality here. And remember, also, you are getting the spare battery with it as well. Well, the spare battery, you're getting the extra battery, which is another £34.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is really, we're talking 60 quid, aren't we, when you think about that?
So tell us then, there it is, just to show you folks on there, and the charger. Remember, in that picture, you do not see the 2 batteries, so they're not in that picture, but you do get 2 of those 18-volt batteries. And by the way, I've just spotted something as well. You have got the little button on it to check how much power is in the battery as well. Can we see that actually, Mike? Because
I didn't even notice that.
Because if you look just here, you'll see that it will tell you at all times. You can just check your power level on this. Again, I'll just show you that when we get into it, and you can see, so there you go. So now we have 3 red lights, so we know that's full, and obviously then it's going to go down, and when you get down to 1, well, then you know to recharge
and also,
it. So
yeah, you can recharge it. Now the good thing about this with lithium ion, it's a top quality battery, but because these are brushless motors as well, you're going to get more efficiency out of the battery, so it's going to last a lot longer.
Oh, this is brushless too, the motor in this one, is it?
Yeah, the brushless motor in this one.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, again, makes me think that it's even better value than at $99.99 to have this. And don't forget, you don't have to pay that $99.99 right now. You can go to the website, order it there, go along to the checkout, and then just go PayPal Pay in 3, fill in a little bit of a few bits and pieces, and once they give you the approval on that, well, away you go then. And tonight then you're just paying 1/3 of that, plus a little bit of your P&P as well. So you can spread it, or you can pay for it all in one.
Yeah. And not only that, Alan, but you've also got two little hooks there, so when you want to hang it up...
Hang it up, you can do that as well.
They've thought of everything, haven't they?
Do you need every now and again to put a little bit of WD-40 or something on that? What would you do?
Well, yeah, but with these you don't have to. But yeah, it's always a good idea to, isn't it, really? Because the thing is that you, as we all know, if you don't use it over the winter, and then the first time you come in the summer to use it, it might have a little bit of... it's always nice to clean them, isn't it? And put a little bit of WD-40 and a little bit of oil in.
So what we have then so far is we've shown you and talked you through cutting your grass. Okay, lawnmower. We all need a lawnmower. Maybe yours is a little bit worse for wear than it was, and you have been thinking about a brand new one. Well, we showed you the Einhell. Now we've shown you how to do topiary and trim back all the hedges. But when you've cut the grass, well, you need an edge trimmer as well, don't you? Well, again, we are here with Einhell tonight, so we are still talking about that same quality. We're talking about, now listen to this, okay? Have a listen. I'm just going to look down here because it's bigger and I can read it, right? So Einhell cordless lawn trimmer, right? 1.5 amp hour battery with an extra battery. $34.95 that's worth, and you're getting all of this bundle for $74.99. Now when you think about that, if you buy all three of these, you might say, well, I've got 6 batteries, why do I need this? Why would I want 6 batteries? I always say, I have this little saying, it's better to be looking at them than looking for them. And the thing is, you know then at least that you can go out there and you've got all your batteries charged up, because you'll have 3 charging stations, charge them up. When they're done, put them out, and with lithium ion, when you take the batteries out and you're not using them, they don't drain, okay? And then you can charge up the other 3, and then next weekend or whatever you go out to do your garden, you know you have 6 batteries, and it's going to be very difficult to run out of all of the power with those because we know how good they are. So that's great. What a great bundle this is for $74.95. Again, you can spread this in 3 as well.
You could actually get a cashback deal, couldn't you? You know what you could do?
What could you do?
Well, what you could actually do, if you buy all 3, you've got 6 batteries. You might think to yourself, well, actually, I've got 6 batteries. Each battery fits the same machines, so I'm not going to use them all at once. I'm going to use them. So I only need 3 batteries. The other 3 batteries, you sell them on eBay and get some of your money back. Cash back, folks. That's how you do it. Because we're looking at 35 quid a battery. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. I'd have them on eBay at 35 quid a piece. Get 100 quid back. Yeah. You can do that. It's fantastic.
Anyway, how you get on with something like that.
Absolutely superb. Now, you've got a 90 centimetre cut on here. Again, the battery fits in. Now, I've got to tell you, all these tools are very, very easy to set up. When you actually get this home, it comes in a small box. There's just 4 screws here. There's 2 screws there, and there's 2 screws at the top here where my other hand is. Those are the only 4 screws that you need to screw it together. That's all you need to do. This just fits on, and there's a screw in the middle there, which takes the well, it's not the blade because this is the blade. You also get 20 of these as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, the last time I had one of these, it was a bit of wire that you had to widen.
That's right. Yeah.
This you had to, you know, and then they always broke when you didn't want them to, and then you've got to pull it out. And this is a great idea, look, and you do get 20 of these extra. You can buy extra ones as well. Now I'm just going to show you very quickly.
Just quickly, Mike, as well. You said a second ago it's 90 decibels.
Yes.
Rather than 90 centimeters of a cut.
Sorry, yes, that is yes. Yeah. Sorry, this is 90 decibels. Yeah, but let me show you. Watch this. Watch. You can just hear it because it's not loud. It's very these are quality machines.
Yeah, you can actually hear the quality of that.
You can, yeah.
And even though it does say 90 decibels, it's 24 centimeters of the cut. But even though it says 90 decibels, I don't think that's 90 decibels. And especially when you're outside in the garden, you don't hear that. And anyway, you wouldn't really take any care of that when you're out.
Just feel the weight of that.
Unless you're okay. Oh, that's good. Excuse me, I know you won't be able to see it, but I just want to get a feel. Yeah, that's actually quite good, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a nice.
And I can adjust the handle as well, can I?
Well, you can adjust the handle, yeah, but the way to adjust it, if you want to take this off as well,
yeah.
So you can have it with the 2 handles as well.
Brilliant.
Okay, so it's really, really easy. Beautiful. And this hasn't got no, this is not adjustable telescopic. I'm being told it's adjustable to telescopic. No, this is not adjustable. No, it's not an adjustable handle.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the handle.
That's the way it is.
It stands
Lovely.
as it is there. If you want to take this off, this can come off. But basically, as you can see there, it's a two-handed use. If you want to use it with one hand, you can do. And I've got to tell you, folks, it's so light this, you could use it with one hand as well. It works perfectly. I actually use this on my garden.
I can see that little blade was used, actually. When I seen that, I said, that's used,
I did try it, and I've got to tell you, folks, I've got to tell you, it does cut really, really well. I mean, it's amazing how quickly it cuts. I did have a go with this.
Yeah, you can see it's been used. But that's quite nice as well.
These
you know,
are
that it has
spot on
that
as well, Alan. You see how it fits on.
Well,
just push it down.
let me have a little look, see how easy this is then.
Yeah, just that's.
That's good, isn't it? So, and you get 20 of these.
20 of these.
Well, that's surely going to last you a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, at the end of it, and you can buy more as well if you want, but that's going to last you, a lot of seasons.
Yeah. And do you know what, Mike? If I could just say as well, because a lot of people will go up to a wall, and they'll go up to the wall. Like, let's say, for instance, if this box was the wall, people go up to the wall like this, and then obviously it's going to be knocking off of it. So what I tend to do is come this way along a wall, because I know that the blade is not going to come past this, and this is touching the wall, and it's just going to cut next to the wall rather than it bashing off the wall. And of course, if it's bashing off the wall or concrete, it's going to wear out that bit quicker, isn't it? So you're going to get a bit of a longer life from that, aren't you?
Yeah, you would do, yeah. And
it's
also,
a lovely machine.
It is. I don't do it that way. I just go straight in with it.
Do you?
I don't bother.
I could tell a lot of difference between me and you. Yeah. I'd be keeping the 6 batteries. He's flogging them. I'd be doing it sideways. He was just going for it.
That's right. Yeah. That's the difference. There you go. Yeah. But it's also very, very light. This as well. I mean, it weighs a couple of kilos. It's really, really light. And if you want to use it with 2 hands, you can do.
It's a lovely piece.
I've got to tell you, folks. It's only 1.27 kilos, which is very, very light. But even with the battery on, it's very, very light. Let me just, I'm just going to start this up again, just so you can hear it. Look at that.
I mean,
over 8,000 RPM, that's not bad.
8,000?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. So you think about that then, coming in contact with your grass, shrubbery, whatever you're wanting to cut back with this. I mean, for me, stood here, and I hope you can hear this kind of the same at home. The quality of the motor on this, you can actually hear it, because when you hear a motor, you can tell if it's kind of a tinny one or if it's no good or it's substandard. This is by no means substandard. That really does sound quite meaty, and I think it's certainly one that's going to last a long time. Warranty-wise on this one, Mike, what have we got?
This one is it's a 10-year warranty on this as well.
Really?
I think this is the motor. Oh no, sorry. Let me. Yeah, no. I think this has got a 3-year warranty on the machine. This has got a 3-year warranty.
But the
mower's got
the mower has a 10-year on it. Yeah, that's brilliant as well. That's marvellous. So look, we really have covered everything for you for your battery, for your garden here tonight. So we're lawn edging, we're cutting the grass, we're doing the hedges and stuff like that. So that garden, you can see there's quite a busy, beautiful garden, but every single thing that needs tending to there, with these 3 machines, you can attack all of those jobs. What does it work out at all 3 of them together if we add them up? So we've got 150, 250, 325 roughly, 325 quid all in for them, and then if you put those PayPal Pay in 3, it's somewhere over 100 quid you'd be paying. So you get the idea that you can really get these 3 wonderful machines, and then you can split them in 3 if you want. But of course, you might say to yourself, no, I've got a good one of these, I got it a couple of years ago and it's fine by me. You want to consider the other 2. Hey, listen, that's what we're here for. You pick up what it is that suits you. But Einhell, what a name.
I think 325 quid for that.
325 quid, yeah, roughly.
That is a good. When
for all 3 of them.
Well, you're also getting 3 extra batteries as well.
Yeah, 6 batteries in all.
6 batteries in total. Folks.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable value for money. And it's like Alan said, if you don't need this, that's fine. But you know something, for the money, I'd get that anyway, because you're not going to find a better one. The quality of this is absolutely perfect. And also remember, this does come with the lithium-ion battery as well. All the batteries are they fit everything.
Machine. Yeah.
There's over 100 machines that Einhell do that all the batteries fit. So they do garden machines, they do drills, and all the batteries with the X-Power range, they all fit the same.
That's really nice to know, because then you can extend the family of tools and things that you have from Einhell. By the way, I am genuinely excited to talk to you in about 2 minutes from now about the water feature, because it genuinely is beautiful. But lots of people going for the lawnmower now, and a few questions coming in just saying, you know, can we have a bit more information on that? So let's have a little look at this little clip all about the lawnmower, and then I'm going to talk to you about that brilliant water feature as well. But it is cordless, which really is a massive plus, folks, to have a cordless mower. It's lightweight, so you can see how easily that is to carry as well. So literally everything that you need when it comes to mowing the lawn is here for you. Easy to put the battery in. You have got that little safety switch as well, or the safety key, so the kids, you know, can't go in and accidentally you know, use this. It is brushless, and remember, you get the extra battery with this, so you are getting a battery as standard with the charger, and then that extra battery as well. 30 centimeter cutting width on this. So what that means basically is that's the width that's going to cut of a line, so you're not going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down quite as many times. So that gives you a little bit of a clue on that one. Easy to empty as well, as Mike has told us. It's 25 litre grass collection, or catch box as they like to call it, an integrated carrying handle. So listen, it really is easy to use, and the big part of this really is the extra battery, but knowing that you have genuinely got a 10-year warranty with that. It is brilliant. By the way, these are our little stools. Check these out on our website as well. I love those, the stretch seat as well. Just very quickly, actually, just want to show you because I like them so much. Flat, up, and you can do it down smaller, and these will hold about 23.5 stone in weight. We'll talk more about those a bit later, but here it is. I want to relax now because I love the sound of water. Mike, we did say that this is a substantial piece of garden furniture. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's absolutely superb. It's resin, but it's very, very light. Once you've got the water in, it's nice and weighty. Let me just. I'm not going to talk for a second. I'll just let you hear it. Just listen to this. Can you hear this? Isn't it beautiful? So relaxing. Now, here's the great thing about this. First of all, this is solar powered. Now, a lot of these water features that are solar powered, what happens is, folks, is this. When the sun goes in, the water feature stops. Yeah. Which is not really what you want.
No, it's not what you want, of course.
So, and sometimes you might just find a cheaper water feature that's just a straightforward solar powered. That's what happens. This one has got a battery in it. Now it's got an actual battery, lithium-ion battery, actually fitted into the back here. And what happens is when this is exposed to the sun, the solar panel, what it does is not only does it work the water feature, but it also charges the battery up as well. Now, if you don't want to use this during the day, you can switch this off, and if it's switched off, it will still automatically charge the battery as well. So even when it's not working, the battery always gets charged when the sun is out. So that's basically what happens. Now, that means that what you can do with this water feature is at night time, if you decide you want to switch it on because you're having a barbecue or something like that, then basically what happens is you're able to switch it on. Now, here's the other good thing as well. When it goes dark, you can see the lights here. Look at the light. I'm just going to put my hand over the panel and watch the lights come on. And
there's a light on every single one of the levels as well in there. So at night time when it's dark,
LED lights.
That's going to make that, and of course uses very little power. But this is going to make a really beautiful feature, because that water, now you can just see the light in there, just here as Mike turns it on. But at night time, that's going to illuminate all that water and bring that to life, isn't it? It's going to make it look beautiful.
It is, yeah. And it's really, and I've got to tell you as well, folks, this is very, very easy to set up. It's not heavy. When you set it up, it's very, very easy. All you need to do when you set it up, if I turn this round slightly here, there is a panel here that you can take off. The water goes in the side here where my finger is, okay? And that all you need to do is take the wires out and you clip it into the back. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, just so it doesn't confuse you. On the back of this panel, there are three plugs, okay? You only use 2 of them. This one here has got a cap on it, so all you need to do is just put the cap on, which comes with it, and just forget about that one. Basically what it is, it's for charging. If you want to charge it up, you can do. If you've got a charger, you can actually charge this up. So if you've got one that fits in there, it will do it. But you don't need to do that. So it's really not necessary. So just so you don't get confused, and because I did when I was setting this up, I thought, what's that other port for? And it's just an extra port, if you like. That's there, and you've also got your pump and your light here. So it's very, very simple. Now you can't get these wrong because one is smaller than the other. It only goes into one port. There's no way you can get it wrong. To switch it on and off, you've got the on-off switch here, and basically what you do when you want to switch it off, just press it and hold it for 3 seconds, and what will happen is the water will then stop. You can hear it stopping now. The pump will stop, and then when you want to switch it back on again, you just press it for 1 second and the green light comes on. When it's green, it's fully charged. When it's yellow, it's half charged, and if it's red, it will need charging.
So let me then just, in my mind, do a little summary of this, because what I'm thinking is I don't think I'm going to want to turn this on and off, right? So if I'm correct in saying, Mike,
yep.
If I have this in my garden, I have it turned on, yep. And it's catching the sun. So in the morning time, let's say when I get this home, I will then put this into my garden. It will immediately start taking the sun. Even if the battery is empty, yep. It will take the sun and it will run the pump, and yes. We'll get the water through.
Yes.
Now during that day then, it's also then charging that battery.
Yep.
So then at night time, when it goes dark,
yep.
The battery will kick in,
yep.
And the lights will turn on.
Yep.
And then when they run out, which could be,
halfway through
the night, and then you're fast asleep, it's gone off. But then in the morning time, it will start the whole cycle again.
It will do, yes.
You see, that's clever.
And you can switch it off as well if you want.
Yeah.
So you can actually switch this off as well. So if you want to switch it off at night and save the battery, you can do.
Yeah.
But during the day, while the sun's out, it will actually the water feature will actually work. But remember, even when the sun goes in, and this is important because when the sun goes in,
yeah.
On a normal water feature, what happens is the sun goes in, your water feature stops.
Which feature stops, yeah. Now, because this is resin and it is effectively cordless, you could have this inside. You could put this in your conservatory if you want. Yes. You can make a nice feature there. And of course the cable, by the way, is quite long, so 10 meters. So you can have this indoors and run the cable right out the side of the house where the sun is, so you can pick where the sun is at its best to Absolutely. Get the optimum power
and
from it.
You do get a stake here to put it into the ground, so you've got your stake here, so you can actually turn the unit to face the sun quite easy. And I've got to tell you as well, folks, this actual panel is a really, really good quality panel. It's not a cheap panel, this. It is a proper solar panel. You're looking at a good quality item here, and I don't think for 1 minute that you're going to find this or anything like this at this sort of price. I know you won't, because it is a very, very keen price.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that you're looking at probably a lot more money for something like this of this quality. And please, check it out and see what you can find, because this here is a really good quality item.
Well,
much so Alan wants one.
I genuinely do. I've just heard Leslie, our producer, was saying that she's found it online, this, for £179.
Yes.
So when you think about $79.99, I think this really does represent amazing value. And look, just by putting your hands in, you can see the size of this. Great gift idea, something like that. My takeaway thing from this is, and I love that it's cordless and stuff like that, but I love the lights in it, because I'm thinking at night time, because generally if you have a solar one at night time, well, it doesn't work, but this does work, and it has the lights. So I'd love to see what it looks like with the lights on, because I think it'd look superb, because that water would shimmer, and as the water runs over and it's kind of rippling, you get that beautiful shimmer going through with that light that's underneath there. So I think that would be absolutely stunning.
That's right.
I'm definitely going to get one of these. I like it too much. I've made up my mind.
By the way, folks, just let me say, if this was an ordinary solar panel water feature, we wouldn't be able to run it in the studio.
Exactly,
This
exactly,
wouldn't be-
yeah.
You couldn't run this in the studio because it's the battery. It's working on the battery at the moment. Look at that. It looks superb. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's like you say, you could put it in your balcony if you've got a balcony. You know.
Do you know, we've a little flat that we have, myself and Ellie, my wife, and it's got a beautiful balcony. We don't live there at the minute, but we've got a friend living in there. Well, I call him a friend, but it's not, I kid. And this would be lovely to have out there because for me, it's the sound from this. And let's just have a little listen. Hopefully you can hear this at home. It's just lovely. So here I am, right? Now I've just got the beautiful idea, folks. So I'm sitting out on the balcony, right? It's only a tiny little balcony, a little tiny flat. So I'm not trying to be posh here, or you're sitting, because we have a garden in the house we're in right now. You know, you're sitting there and you're having in the evening a lovely gin or a cocktail or something like that. And you hear this just moving through, and the lovely soothing, calming effect of this. Really, I think it makes for a lovely evening.
It's white noise. It's white noise, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's white noise.
Yeah.
It's basically, that's what. I mean, people. If you go on your phone app, you'll get water as white noise.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
It's very, very, very relaxing, very soothing as well. I've got a little pond in my garden with a waterfall as well, and it's just lovely to hear it as well. But the great thing about this is, like you say, you could have this in a conservatory. You could have it in, you know, if you've got a decking, it'd be great on decking as well, conservatory. But also because the wires are so long, you can put the panel wherever you want and it'll still work. It's brilliant.
So you could put the panel, run the cables up the side of the wall and put that up high somewhere if you wanted to. So you know, listen, at the end of the day, it's your unit when you get this at home. If you do want this one, remember 03333 241 241. That's the number that you need to call, and then just quote 348 313. Now look, when you get through to the guys and girls at the call centre, I'm sure if you don't have that number to hand and you just say, guys, it's the solar panel water feature, they're probably going to know exactly what that is. But we'd also like to invite you to ask us any questions here at the studio. We are live till 3 o'clock, and it's studio@ShopOnTV.co.uk. Now, if you want us to say hi, if you want Mike to give you a very enthusiastic hi, or if you want us to say hi to you, that's the way he said hi to his family. Was awesome. It was great, you know. So if you want to, you know, ask a question about any of the products we have here tonight, if you want to ask Mike out on a date, no,
yeah. I'm free. I might be old, but I'm free.
But he's free. Or you just want to ask us a question, folks, please do. It's studio@shopontv.co.uk. Leslie is up in the gallery. She'll see the email, and she will relay it into my ear, and we can read it out for you. If you've got a birthday or something like that, or you just want us to say hi, it would be lovely to hear from you. Lovely to know that it's not just me, these two crazy guys here on our own, that you guys are out there. So do send us an email. I said two crazy guys and him.
Yeah.
Now David's out there. I can't call him a crazy guy because crazy doesn't quite fit. It's way more than that with David.
That's right. Now, can I just say as well, when you get this home, folks, you don't have to set this up. This is how it comes. It's all
Brilliant.
It's all there.
Right.
And also, the other thing is as well with this as well, the fact that it's very, very light, it's easy to set up. Basically, you could have this going in seconds, because when it does come to you, the battery is 75% charged.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So it will work straight away. The other thing I just want to mention as well, in the picture that you saw there, you saw the solar panel next to the unit. You don't have to have the solar panel next to the unit. You can put the solar panel where you want. Remember, you've got 10 metres of cable to hide the solar panel.
Yeah.
So it's not right next to your water feature. I just wanted to point that out because...
Do you remember at the very beginning of the show, I was saying how excited I was about this here, right? Really excited about this. I genuinely think this is... Well, okay, I'm going to look at it. I'm always honest. I think this is my takeaway, Adam. I love this. I think this is brilliant. And my excitement is rightly confounded as well, because 20% of the stock is already gone, and we've just sat down to talk about it, so that's huge. Let me tell you about the dimensions of this. We'll give you those. So it's 46 centimetres high. The width is 44, that's at its widest. And the depth is 40 centimetres. And I'm getting this information, 5.3 kilos it weighs. That's dry, but of course then with the water in it, it's going to make it heavier, but that's going to make it more stable in your garden. Now, what I love about this, oh, we've got a question. Ben has emailed in. Is it frost-proof, Mike?
It is. It is made of resin, so it is frost-proof as well. The only thing that you will find is that don't leave the water in it in the winter if it gets frosty, because it will freeze over.
And of course, water when it freezes expands. So yeah,
right,
of
yes.
course.
Absolutely.
Jamie is in Crewe. He's loving the show.
Hey.
Jamie in Crewe.
Jamie from Crewe.
That's
How
where
are
to make.
you? How are you, Jamie from Crewe?
That's where to make Rolls Royce.
Sorry.
Make Rolls Royce up in Crewe.
Do they still make them there?
Yeah, I think they. Well, I believe they do. Yeah, they're all hand built up there, Coachworks.
Yeah.
And my first father-in-law, Michael Osborne, is from Crewe, and he played professional football for Crewe.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
he did. Yeah, so he's from Crewe. Very proud Crewe man as well. So, Jamie, thanks. We appreciate all of the emails that we've had.
Nice to
Please
see you,
email
Jamie.
in as well. So thanks very much. We genuinely appreciate it. Now, what I love about this here is when the water comes out there, it's offset, so it comes out here, out the side here, but when it goes into the larger collection chamber at the bottom, there's actually a little hole in that where it runs back in to the bottom of the unit and then starts coming back around again, so it has that full motion. The water is constantly recycled as well. It's a lovely piece of kit, and again, we do, okay, you're going to say, yeah, you're bound to say it's great value. You're going to say everything is great value, Alan, but let's face it, folks, we're not far off. We're bang on the money here, because we found this at 170 quid. This is here tonight, right, at 79.99. That's great value for something this size, something that has that solar panel, that built-in battery as well, so will work at nighttime, and those lights inside as well. I think it's absolutely terrific, and we already know the price of those lithium-ion batteries, because you're getting a free one with each of the garden tools if you buy it, and we've already told you they're worth 35 quid. This has its own lithium-ion battery built in, and I think for what it does and how it's going to look in your garden, I think it's a winner chicken dinner. I want a chicken dinner now.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would birds, birds might come in and just kind of bathe in this, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, where there's water, you're always going to attract birds, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Now, there is something else as well with this. Now, a lot of people say about the water. I mean, obviously, with any water feature, you've got to keep the water clean.
Yes.
But the good thing about this is that because it's frostproof, it also doesn't stain as well. Normally, when you've got sometimes in the summer, the water will evaporate. Obviously,
yes.
That's what happens. But then it rains, so the water's always being changed round, so it'll always stay good and clean. However, sometimes you might think to yourself, well, if you want to, you can put a little bit of a little chlorine tablet in there if you want to do that.
Of course, that's a great idea.
You can buy these chlorine tablets quite easy, and all you need to do is just put a little bit of chlorine in there, and that will keep it, and it won't damage it either.
That's a great tip as well.
You don't need to put a lot in, only a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. And again, don't worry as well, because when we were filling this earlier, we were trying to fill it in. We filled it in from the back at the first lot, but then we said, actually, we can just fill it in here. We can fill the top one, let it run in, or just fill them individually.
That way, yeah.
And then as the water runs, it's just going to keep that lovely cycle for you. Lovely piece of kit. And again, it is resin, but it genuinely looks like actual rock.
It does. It feels like rock as well. When you touch it, it just feels like rock. But it is resin. But as I say, folks, what you've also got here, remember, you've got the panel. Now, I've got to tell you, this panel is very, very good quality. It's top quality panel, this. And also the lithium-ion battery, which keeps it operating in dark hours as well. So if during the day the sun goes out, or it's cloudy, this will work perfectly as well. And automatically in the evening, the lights come on. You can see there, once the dust comes, as I'm just covering it up there, you can just see the light coming on in the middle one there.
Just see it in there.
To it there.
But again, don't worry, because you can barely see that now. We're in a bright studio, but imagine that at night time, the water is just going to look like it's illuminated beautifully.
It does.
I think it's good. Mike, I think we've had an email. Did we have an email? Did I hear? Delicia. Well, there.
Delicious.
Delicia.
Oh, delicious.
Right. Oh, does Mike have an age limit? Because she wants to know, is she too young? She's 33.
An age limit for what?
For you to date, is she too young?
33?
Yeah.
That's my daughter's age, that. No, yes.
But that doesn't answer the question.
No. Moving on very swiftly. No, there's no age limit. No. Well, mate, I'm 70 years old.
Well, you don't look a day over 69.
I'm an old codger.
You don't. He doesn't act like he's 70. That's for sure. He's got lots of. Oh, we've just been told.
That'd be good.
Oh, we're not sure we can. We're going to try and turn the studio lights on. That would be fabulous.
That would be really good.
Yeah, because we'd really like that if we could. We're going to see if we can do that as well. So,
I can tell you as well, because I did have this going in my garden because I was charging it up, and it does look superb.
Yeah, it's going to look gorgeous. It really is. You know,
it is really good.
Yeah, and by the way, we are. Oh, I was just thinking that we were keeping nice and cool here because I've got the fan beside me here as well. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes as well. So stay tuned for that as well. But we'll just finish off with this water feature, showing it to you. Now look, as Mike said, you don't have to have that solar panel right next to it. You can run it. It's got a 10 meters of cable, so you can run that where you want. Now you can see there as well that solar powered, built-in battery, those lights built in there as well. So lots and lots of great features, and it does really look like it's rock as well. I think it's lovely. So hopefully you've put this into your basket. And by the way, folks, can I just say as well, don't just leave things in your basket. Make sure you check them out because leaving them in the basket, it's never yours until you check it out. It's like anything. You know, technically in a supermarket, when you put something in your basket, it's not yours till you paid for it. I don't think anyone would go and steal it out of your basket there, but you never know. It could happen here if we did sell out. And, you know, a little while ago, we already caught 20% of the stock of this have gone. I know that's not near the 100%, but they're still lending them, but it is busy for them. But look, the idea is just, you know something? Get it into your basket, put whatever else you're putting in there. Maybe you might go for the fan as well, get them checked out. Let us know if you have got a question. If you're thinking, I don't want to check out just yet because I need one bit of information and you're waiting for us to say that, please do ask the question. Send us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk. Joe from Kent. Right, so he's after a late shift. He's getting addicted to the show. When he comes in after a late shift, he loves turning on the show on and watching us. Be very careful, and he's enjoying the water feature as well. So thanks very much indeed, Joe. Let us know. Wonder what kind of work you do. Maybe supermarket work. Maybe you work late. Maybe you work. Who knows? Let us know. Much information you give us, the better. Now I want to talk about something that's very, very close to my heart, and I'll tell you why it's close to my heart. Because the company that bring this to us is a company called Vibra Solutions, and it's Chris Mott and it's Tony Mott, and I know the two of them, married couple. And when I tell you that they're a small business, but they are just the most beautiful people, I'm underselling them. They are fab. And what they do is they've worked for donkey's years in air movement and air technology from other companies, seeing what other companies did. And they decided that they would get in and start making their own things. And what they have done with this fan here for $69.99, I want you to remember that price, because when I tell you about the features, you're going to be absolutely mesmerized by this. So $69.99, they have put the best features of loads of fans into this. Now, first and foremostly, 3 speeds on this. It is very, very fast. It's quiet as well, by the way, but there is a lot of air coming out of that, I can promise you that. Again, if I just turn this towards you on the camera, you'll see that better. And it's quite a deep dish as well in this, if you see, and where the fan blade is, drawing in air here, firing it up. Now, you know we talk a lot about air showering fans. This works the same. It will fire that air up to the ceiling and help shower the room, so you don't have to have this directly on you. But this does something quite impressive. Now, you get a fan that oscillates, okay? Now watch this, okay? So you would expect any fan to go left to right. Yep, absolutely. And a lot of people have, a lot of fans have that because they move across the room, cooling people down. But now we know air shower technology as well. Watch what this does. When I press the other button, look at the head of the fan. It's oscillating vertically and it is swinging horizontally. So it's literally chucking air all around the room, cooling down the air in the room, cooling down all of that room. Now also, if we look here, this will always tell you, let me just stop the swinging on this so you can see it just there. 27 degrees is the temperature in this room, okay? So it will always tell you the temperature of the room that you're in. And every time you want to use it, you have got the remote control that I've been using so far, But also what we have got is everything that's on here is also on here. So you've got the very same buttons. We can do power off, we can do timer, we can do fan speed. And look, when you turn off the machine, the head rotates back down, so it's in that forward facing position. And that is something that didn't need to be built into that, but they knew that that was important because they've been working with fans for ever such a long time. And I can't tell you, it's $69.99. I really think this is a steal as well. Lovely pedestal as well. It is adjustable in height because you have this little twist knob just here. And once you turn this, then you can adjust the height down. You can see the silver part of the stand here. You can then drop the white part down and it will drop it down in the height. So you can see there's the twist knob, and then you unlock that and it will just drop down to that level, and you have a slightly lower fan. And the reason you might want that is you might want to put it beside a table or beside a chair or beside the couch, and you just need it that little bit lower. Maybe you want to bring it to your caravan or something like that. But remember the features of this. We have got a timer as well, by the way, on this, but we have got 3 speeds: fan speed 1, fan speed 2, fan speed 3. And again, we have the vertical swing, so we can bring this up. And now you can move it by hand as well, but it will then move once you press the button. And of course then we have the horizontal swing as well, so it'll start kind of turning 360 as such. If you fancy one of these, it is the Vibra dual height oscillating fan. 908458 is the information that you need for this one. So if you pick up the phone and dial the call center, if you want to talk to somebody, 033 33241 241, and give them that number just there. Or of course go to our website, and then you can order it through there and do your PayPal Pay in 3 as well. Let's have a look at that website. We've mentioned it a few times. Let's do it. So latest show products, simpler law. You'll see some things on the head there. You'll see the latest products on the show. And if you do want to dive a bit deeper, we have around 700,000 products on the website and around 300,000 books. But you can see everything there. Those little Vibra mini halo bladeless fans. The cooling towels are incredible. You've got all of the iron health stuff there. You've got the little stretch seat, which I love. Again, I'm genuinely getting some of them because myself and Ellie often go out for to see concerts and stuff like that, and go to the parks for music. That would be perfect to have. Again, 20 quid. Is that 20 quid each for them, isn't it? 20 quid each, isn't it? Yep, that is, again, great. 23.5 stone is what they will hold. Now, I've not seen these before, so you've actually got I'm assuming this is a carry strap, or you can put it over your shoulder, or you have got the handle just here as well. This is brand new to me, absolutely brand new. Oh, the fan is so lovely. Now, what we do with these is you've got, it's like a kind of one of those balls, what do you call them, bowling balls. So 2 fingers here, same underneath, and literally lift and twist, and it pops down flat. That's all you're carrying. So now we can take this wherever we're going. If you've got a backpack, you can put the handle across on that. And then to open it, we again twist, and it's open. 23.5 stone. If we want a slightly shorter one, we can indeed adjust it down to a little bit lower. So basically, any which way you want. That's brilliant. Love it. Oh, by the way, just to tell you, RKUK.co.uk are the people who supply these to us. Go onto their website if you fancy, and you will see that they're 30 quid each. £20 each here tonight. That shows you that nothing comes to air just here without it being wonderful value. Again, camping, working, maybe in the garden. Look at that, actually. If you're doing gardening and you've got bad knees or something like that, or you don't want to be kneeling on the floor, perfect for that. Again, working indoors, working outdoors, it's just a great seat. Camping, going off to, maybe we went to Hyde Park recently, myself and my wife, and to see Shania Twain, and we were sitting on the floor. Wouldn't it have been great to have that? And it really is easy to carry as well. We saw the Coors, brilliant. We saw Natalie Imbruglia, brilliant. We saw this girl who is a country singer, brilliant. And then we saw Shania Twain, not so much. Ah, there it is, been carried, by the way. You can see over the shoulder. So again, brilliant. Out for a walk, feeling a bit tired, just take 5 minutes. Wait at the bus, oh yeah. But maybe he's taking the bus to a concert. Brilliant, and look at, watch this. Flattens down, and it is super, super easy. you want one? I bet you do. Pick up that phone, go to our website, get those into your basket and get them on the way home to you. Now, we showed you this fan here, the Vibra fan. It's brilliant, it is great. Now, let's talk about something personal for you in terms of a fan. Can I reach one of these? I can. Now, let me show you this. It's a bladeless fan. And I'm going to show you that I've just turned this on. You've got 2 speeds on it. And you will notice that I've turned it on and it's working, but I've got no cable. You do indeed get a cable, which plugs in just there. But there is lithium-ion battery built into this as well. And it holds power, and away it goes. Power is on, fan is working. In fact, you can see now the battery is dead in this one because we haven't charged this brand new out the box, and we've probably been need to charge it. But you can see bladeless fan pulls in the air underneath here and then forces it out through this little front here on this little oval shape. But also, let me see if I have battery in this one. It has another little trick up its sleeve. Let me put this one away. Because if I press this button here, you'll see we have a little ambient light inside. That's green, blue, darker green, red, purple. So you've got about 7 colours in there as well. So you can use this as a night light in the kids' bedroom. And again, no cables needed once you have charged this up. And again, it will run for about 4 hours on a single charge. Charge it up just there, but you can leave it plugged in, and of course then it will continuously run for as long as you've got that plugged in. So if you fancy a single one, you can if you fancy, but of course always better value buying it, because it's $39.99 to buy a single one, but it's always better value to buy 2. So you can have 2 of them right now for £60. Now you can choose the colour, but it's not a mix and match as such. You either get 2 black ones or 2 of the white ones just there for you. If you do just want to have one of these, the details are just down there, so you can see 908458, and that's the single one as well. Nope, no, that's the dual one. Let's fix that. Don't worry about it. We will show you that in just a second. There you go. You may like, right, but there it is, $39.99. 565377 is the number on that one. So if you do fancy that, you can get the single one. But why buy one when for an extra 20 quid you can buy 2? That's what you should do. Can I just say as well for you, because it's over £30, you can do that on Pay in 3 as well on PayPal. I love these because you can take them if you're going to work and you've got maybe a little cubicle or something like that that you work in. You can have this, and that's pumping out some nice quality air just there. That's lovely. Just a nice personal cooling. Maybe if you commute a lot or something like that, maybe that will be perfect as well. Because it's super quiet as well, maybe on your bedside table, maybe you and your partner kind of differ at night time about how much heat or air you want. Pop this beside you to keep you cool, and it's not disturbing them perhaps as well. So great little fans, bladeless as well. Now, let me put these away. We've got loads of these flying out the door. I'm not surprised that you are going for those, because these are great value. Remember the oscillation on these, so a vertical and horizontal swing. It's touch sensitive screen just here, and it will tell you as well the temperature in the room. We have no air conditioning here tonight. We are currently sweltering in 27, 28 degrees, which is not nice, I can tell you that, folks. But this fan is cooling us down a little bit, so we're happy about that. If you want to get that one, $69.99. By the way, just to genuinely say to you, the usual price of this is $89.99, which is great value. We came to air, I did a show with this the other night, and it was supposed to be $79.99. But remember I told you about the brilliant Chris and Tony Mott? They said, look Al, let's get it in there, let's get another tenner off of that. So they allowed us to do it for $69.99. So that's even better for you. You're the one who benefits on this. By the way, I will say this to you. We say 4 to 5 working days for delivery. And that's always to err on the side of caution, because if something does take a bit longer, it doesn't upset you. But I can tell you, if you order this right now, like loads of you are doing right now, I can't say this for anything else, I'm talking about this right now. Chris and Tony get into the office at 8 o'clock in the morning. They will get onto the computer. We will have sent them your details, and they will package these tomorrow, and they will have them sent out to you. So already 10% of this is gone. We've just come on to it. Now we've got the stock of this. We said 10%. You might go, well, that's not very good, is it, Alan? When you think that the 10% is of stock that's supposed to last us for the summertime, for that good weather. Now, even though today, I don't know where you live, but where we were today in Surrey, it got a little bit overcast, but it was still really, really hot. and I was laying on the bed, I was watching a bit of a movie, and I felt my eyes getting quite tired. So I just paused the movie for 30 seconds, half an hour later, and it's on the pillow. But the point I was going to say to you is I was woken by this absolute, I thought the roof was coming in. It was thunder. There was thunder and lightning, and then it absolutely lashed down with rain. But I actually found it tougher and warmer then when that happened, with the humidity and stuff like that. I needed a fan even more. Now I've got some fans at home, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't matter. Even though the weather's a little bit inclement at the moment, it's still hot. It's still warm. We've just had a question about the water feature from Dave from Potter's Bar. Hello, Dave. Just going to hear this now. Okay. Oh, that's wow. So he's got a mini golf course in his garden that he's built. Some people build pubs. I think that's going to make a great addition, which I think it would. Okay, right. Okay, so this is a great question. I'm going to ask, and I think I know the answers, but I'm going to ask Mike from across the studio. He's currently over there pumping iron. Can you put, Mike, some dye into this? He wants to have a green. Yeah?
Yeah, I put water-soluble dye in it.
Water-soluble dye into it. So food colouring would work, would it?
Food
Something
colouring,
like that?
yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, so you can. What was the gentleman's name at Potter's Bar? Dave, it is Dave, yeah. So yeah, you certainly can. Again, you see, I like that idea. And then again, imagine that with the lights underneath it if you colour that water. Or put a little bit of blue to make a kind of sea blue or something like that.
Just so you know, with the lights being on anyway, it does give a blue tinge to the...
Okay, Mike is just telling me from across the studio, folks, that the lights when they're on does give a bit of a blue tinge to it anyway. But that is a brilliant idea. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the question. If you want to ask us a question, you just say hi to us. studio@shopontv.co.uk. And we've got Paul and Leslie up in the gallery tonight and doing great work. Right, so Mike also has some of his own products that he brings to us as well, and one of them is a product called Washmatic. Now, I have no clue what this is, no idea whatsoever. Let's learn this together, okay? So you and I are going to learn about Washmatic cleaning system. Whatever it is £24.99, but I don't need to know about it because you and I are going to learn now because Sean, Hayley and Mike have done this on a previous show. Here's a little clip.
So you can see I've got a full bucket of water here, okay? Now, it doesn't matter what you put in the bucket. If you've got your car wash, what your favourite car wash is, you can put anything in that bucket, okay? There's no tablets in the handle, nothing like that. It's perfect. So watch this. Now, I'll show you how it works in a second, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to start down here and I'm going to wash the full side of this car. Now, it's called the Washmatic International. It's a complete car wash system and it works straight from the bucket. Large circles makes it flow fast. Side to side slows the flow down, and here's the best bit: when you stop, the water stops. It's as simple as that. Now watch this. As I move the brush, the water flows. Now what I'm doing here is the water is coming out of the bucket. The wash and wax, whichever you want to use, is coming straight from the bucket. The brush is super soft, so it won't scratch your car. And here's a good bit: if you decide to stop halfway through it because you want to go and get a cup of tea, I can put it over the side of the wing mirror like that, and it won't work. Look at that. Now, the question is, how do you get the water up the pipe? But I'm going to show you that in a second. But let me just wash the side of this car. So as you can see, this is quite a large car. Large circles, as I say, makes it flow fast. Side to side slows the flow down. But basically, all you're doing, I mean, you can do it at your own speed. You can start, you can stop. I can go this side, I can do it that way. There's no rush for it. It's your movement. It's the movement of your hand that makes the water flow.
That's amazing. And look how little water you've used.
Ah, this is the thing, Hayley.
Yes, incredible.
You look at the water.
That's incredible. You've done so much to the car already and hardly any water.
Smallest amount of water. Now, your item number 651832. It's reduced down to £24.99. ShopOnTV.co.uk. If you want to add more into your basket and you spend over £30, you'll be able to use PayPal Pay in 3 on the website. Look at that. Half the car already.
Absolutely, and the thing is as well, Sean, is we're only using clean water. There's no dirty water. You never put the brush in the bucket, therefore you never transfer dirt backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Look at that, as you can see there. Now, if you live in an area where there's a hose pipe ban or you're on a water meter, this is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think about it. I mean, look at how much water I've used here. And there's the great thing, an inch of water. Look at that, that's amazing. And you can see here, I've washed the whole side of the car. Now, if you think about this, you've got two sides, you've got a front and a back and a roof. Look how much water I've actually used.
That's so clever.
It's great.
And not just for a car, caravan, a greenhouse.
Caravan, greenhouse. You can even have a quick shower in the middle of a field. I'll show you.
I don't know if we're ready for that.
Great for your hanging baskets. Okay. Well, I'll show you how to work that as well. Now then, let me just show you how do you rinse the car.
Yes.
Right. So there's two ways of rinsing the car. Here's the first way. I'm going to show you how it works as well, because it's very, very important that I show you how to prime the system. This is a very, very simple system. It's the appliance of science, and by the way, it can't fail. It's guaranteed. Right, watch this now. If I arc that tube like so, I can pump. Look at that. See that water pumping. So if you've got hanging baskets, look at that.
Clever.
Isn't that perfect?
Yeah, really good.
If you want to shower in the middle of a field, just be careful that the person that's doing that you know very well. Okay.
At the festivals and things.
That's
it's very small. It'll go in a backpack.
Now watch this. If I put my thumb over the end of the pipe, and now I'm going to take this bucket, I'm going to place it onto the roof of the car. Okay. Now, what happens now is the water is higher than the pipe. This is physics. You see. Now watch this.
Oh, amazing.
So you've got a constant flow.
Now you've got a constant.
So clever.
Here's the good bit. If you use a good wash and wax shampoo, basically all you're doing is putting another coat of wax on your car. But you'll notice that even though this has got froth in it, foam in it, it's taking the water from the bottom of the bucket.
Right.
So it's taking. Look at this. I'm actually rinsing the car with that bucket of water. It's the same water. Now, if you want to be fair, you can use another bucket of water. You can use one to wash, one to rinse.
Yeah.
But just look at this. I've just washed and rinsed the side of the car. Look how much water I've used.
Hardly any.
So clever.
That's
Hardly
it.
any.
It's amazing.
It is
Now,
amazing.
what you said about hose pipe bans when they come around, which they always do.
And if you've got a water meter and you're worried about how much water you use to do jobs like this, that's brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. So when you start it, all you do is you centralise the bucket in the centre of the car. Okay.
Okay.
So obviously, if you don't want to put it at one end, because then you can just stand there. You've got 10 feet of pipe, which takes you from one side of the car.
Okay.
And 10 feet of pipe takes you to the other side of the car.
Fabulous.
And if your car's any bigger than that, you shouldn't be washing it.
But
Somebody else should be doing it
If
for
it's
you.
a caravan though, caravan trailer.
If you've got a boat, maybe.
If I was,
Yes.
absolutely. Caravans, trailers, windows, greenhouses.
Windows, yeah.
Your windows. Lots of people use it for the windows. It's a feather soft brush, so it won't scratch your car. It's a beautiful brush, and it's so simple.
So now you at home and I have just learned all about the Washmatic cleaning system. Mike, how does that? That's amazing.
I've got to tell you, the Washmatic has been going for over 50 years in the UK. It's a UK product. You can't buy it anywhere else. It's only available. There's only one of them in the whole world. It washes and rinses an average sized car with just one bucket of water. If you live in an area where there's a hose pipe ban, it's perfect. If you're on a water meter, it's perfect. You can use it in the middle of a field. It's great for caravans, for high-sided vehicles, for windows, for greenhouses. Centralise the bucket in the middle of the car. You move from one side of the car to the other. You're always using clean water. You never scratch your car. You never put the brush in the dirty water. So you're always using clean water to wash your car. It'll pay for itself in a couple of uses. It is absolutely amazing. And remember, you can't get them anywhere, folks. There's only one Washmatic, and that's this one, and it's British made.
Big shout out to DJ Trevor as well. He's watching right now. Trevor Campbell, a friend of mine in Red Hill. He's been out DJing tonight. He's just come home, so he's.
What sort of DJing does he do? What sort of music?
80s, 90s. He's doing new stuff as well, but he's kind of like, you know, when I go and do a bit, it's just kind of cheesy music as well. He'd do a bit of anything. Good old DJ Trev. Right, let's come back to this, right? So I want to recap a little bit on this lawnmower, and then we're going to go deep into this as well, okay? So I'm going to talk about one of the features that I like, and then if you can explain it a bit to us, that'd be brilliant.
Right.
Now, if you do want to get hold of this one, it is 683752. It's $149.99, but you get this machine, you get a charger and a battery and a spare battery. So you end up getting 2 batteries, and that extra battery is worth about £35 on its own. In fact, look at the bottom of your screen. We're going to bring up the price of the battery just on its own, $34.95 if you want the battery on its own. We're giving you one of those free with it anyway as part of it, and the charger you'd expect, but we're giving you an extra one of those as well. So, Mike, let me ask you then, tell me, first thing I can see here is brushless energy. Why is that important, and why is it good?
It's energy because it's a lot more efficient. Brushless motors are a lot more efficient. It uses less power for your battery, and it obviously will make the battery last longer.
Yeah.
So that's why you get up to 6 hours with this as well. And it's also it'll charge in about up to about 2 hours to charge it. So it's really efficient.
That's a good.
Well.
That's really
really good. And remember, it's a lithium-ion battery as well. So you basically what you've got is you've got 2 things. You've got the brushless motor, and you've got the lithium-ion battery. They both work in conjunction with each other. One will hold the power, and the other one will use less power.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it. And also remember, folks, with these lithium-ion batteries, they charge up very quickly, so you're using less power as well. So it's very green. It's very efficient. If you're into green energy, this is what this is all about.
Now, I remember, because I was talking about brushless motors, that my first encounter with a brushless motor was on some drills, and of course Einhell have some great drills as well, and power tools. And I remember my dad years ago buying a drill, and it came in the blow molded case, and it was very archaic looking. Big, huge battery, but it actually had spare brushes with it in a little plastic bag. And I remember saying to Dad, what does it work, and why do you get that? He said, well, in case it wears out. And I never really understood. But then years later, so basically when you have a brushed motor, the motor is turning and the power is transported to that, or transferred to that, using what you think about a paintbrush, right?
Brass.
On that. And the heat goes through that to turn that motor. And because it's touching, it's causing friction, and it's heating up, and that's because it's heating up, it's then using power, and it's a less it's a worse way to put the less efficient way to put the power in. But a brushless motor is magnetic,
yes,
and there's no touching parts.
Because it's got a very small area between
the magnets.
Yeah, that's right. So
and they turn fast.
It creates a magnetic field.
Yeah.
The brush motors that you're talking about years and years ago were literally brushes.
Yeah.
That's what they were. They were brushes normally made of brass as well. So you'd have a brass brush, and what would happen is they'd wear down very quickly, which is why you used to have to change them.
You used to have to change them over.
And also, as you say, you get a lot of friction with them. That's basically what.
And that wastes power, of course.
That's right.
That's
That's what wastes power.
So
the other great thing with this, obviously, it's not wasting power. It's charging up very quickly, and it's very efficient.
You're getting the maximum amount of power and use. Right. So brushless, we've got that.
Technology. This is how it's moved on.
It's moving on. Yeah. Now, an important thing for me is that the body of the machine is important, but what's important to me is what's actually cutting your grass. What is doing the spinning and the cutting? What kind of blade have we got here? Well, we can see.
This is carbon steel, by the way, and basically this blade here, it's like you said before, Alan, a lot of these are plastic blades. They're not plastic, but they're like a very thick plastic, and they can break very easy. And not only that, but also they wear down, so your cut is not as good. With this blade, you do get a much better cut, and because of the way it's designed, as you say, it creates more of a vortex, so it pushes the grass out a lot easier, but also it gives your grass a better cut. And this is important, folks, because when you're actually using a lawnmower, it sounds silly, but you can stress grass out.
Of course you can.
And it does sound crazy, but you can do. And
I can stress my wife out too. I can.
That's right. Yeah, I can stress anybody out. Me, don't worry about that. Without a lawnmower, my lawnmower gets stressed out without any problem. The other good thing about these as well, and I've got to say about the wheels are really top quality. If you feel these wheels, it does remind me of a really posh car, doesn't it? The wheels look superb. I'll just tilt it over to the side so you can see them. They're actually larger wheels as well. So in actual fact, this will actually be a lot easier to push, which is important because, if you're an old person like me, you don't want to be pushing on. You want something that's going to be easy, and that's what this will do.
Just want to point this out as well. Look at the metal nut and shaft here. So it's a metal shaft going into the motor, and what is the?
Just feel that. It is really robust. robust, folks.
Yeah, it's good.
You've got 3 different settings on your wheels here. So you've got the important one in the middle here is your 30mm, and that's the one that you'll use most of all. If you want to just trim the top of it, you can trim the top.
What are the
lawn as
actual
well.
cutting heights then? What are they in millimeters?
It's 30, 50. Is it 30, 50? It's
30 to 70, so 30,
yeah,
50
it's
and
30, 50,
70,
and then 70.
yeah.
So,
So 30 is the optimum one,
yeah,
really. So,
the optimum
yeah.
one is your 30mm cut. That's what you
Brilliant.
want. I very rarely use it, but sometimes it's like you say. I mean, you might go away, and you might come back after 2 weeks, and your grass is really long. The problem is if you go straight onto a lower cut, like a 30mm cut, you might think it's going to be a lot harder to do.
Yeah, it'll
so
be
you
tougher
can trim it quickly, and then
that's what I do. Yeah, I just put it to the highest one and just go over it. And number one, it makes it easier for me to get through.
That's right.
Number two, it is better for the motor, even though it's a brushless motor and you have a 10-year warranty. You know, it's still better for it. And then drop it down and then do the last cut. That's what I personally do.
But also, I've got to tell you as well, folks, and this is true. If you are using the hedge trimmer and you want to get all your hedge trimmings up, this is these rotary mowers are brilliant for doing that. I mean, I sometimes do it in my front there, and people walk past me and they go, "Wow, that's amazing! Why haven't I thought about that?"
Genuinely, I today went out and I used my hedge cutter to drop a load of stuff down, and there's brambles and all sorts, and I've just pushed it into one pile. I never thought to do that. I will be doing that
That's
tomorrow.
right, yeah. Sure. And also remember, if you are going to do that with this, because you've got this steel blade, it's not going to damage the blade, and it will cut everything up as well. So it really is good.
Yeah.
It really
just a quick question as well. I mean, if we look at the deck here, it's shallower here and it gets deeper as we go around, and obviously that's to fire that grass back.
That's right, yeah.
But the important thing here as well, an important thing I should say, is the width of this. So you said it's a 30
centimetre.
30 centimetres, and that's brilliant, isn't it,
Yeah,
to have that? So,
and it goes right to the edge.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Also, there's one other thing as well. Now, there is a weight on the front here, as you can see here, the weight on the front. What that actually does, or what it will also do, is it will, if you are going a lot, if you're doing it on a 30mm cut, it will give you nice lines on your garden.
And I guess it will just make the whole thing more stable as well.
Right.
I guess
It makes it more stable.
Yeah, as
but it
well.
also
so it's doing
gives
two
you a nice
things
line
for
on
you
your
all at
garden
once.
as well.
That's brilliant. No, I really like that. And of course, even you can see here the bars here, the axles are metal as well. So the really important parts of this that need to be metal are metal because of the quality of this. And then the pieces that are made of very high grade materials as well, but they don't need to be metal to add extra weight.
Yeah, it's all polypropylene.
Polypropylene,
The other thing is here as well, the battery comes out really easy. So you've got your battery here. if I can get, there goes the battery. There's the battery come out, and you've also got your safety key here. Now remember, with the safety key, folks, once the key's in, it will work. Even when the battery's in, if the key is out, it will not work. So when you want to have a tea break or something like that, just take it out. And that's it. It won't work. It won't work. It won't work.
Well, Leslie, our producer, was just saying that she's got a really long garden and she has to get loads of extension leads out, and still can't get quite to the end of her garden. So this is going to be brilliant, isn't it? And she said it's a heavy mower as well. So, but again, this is going to be perfect for her because you can just keep on going. And by the way, with the 2 batteries that you get with this, because you get that extra one, and if you do buy one of the other machines as well tonight, you get an extra battery with each of those. You get 2 with each of those, so you could end up with loads. So one battery will do 150 meters square of cut. That's a lot. So that's 2 batteries gives you 300 square meters of a cut with that. That's a big garden, isn't it?
It is a big garden.
Yeah. I mean, the majority of people who buy this, it's going to be fine. If you have a huge garden, you're just going to buy a massive thing. You're going to buy a sit-on one anyway, I'm sure. So
that's right.
It's all
foldable here. I'm just basically you're unscrewing here where my screws are here. Very easy.
And down here
unscrew, and you got them at the bottom as well, and that just folds down.
Ah, brilliant.
So. And if you want
look at the way it just comes right over here, so it doesn't hit this or anything like that. Yeah.
The other thing is as well, folks, if you want to take these out as well, these unscrew nice and easy, so you can take the whole thing out if you want to do that as well. Very simple. It is really simple. And it's really easy to use. It's beautiful.
The Washmatic has grabbed the attention of lots of you at home as well. In fact, we have been inundated with an email about it.
Inundated.
So who has sent us in? Kelvin, is it? Or Calvin? Calvin, how are you?
Calvin Klein, is it?
So let's have a listen to what he has to say.
Yes.
Can you use it with cars that have paint
You
protection?
can, yeah. You can.
He answers the question to upstairs in his ear before we all hear the question.
I was hearing the question there. No, you can. It's got a feather soft brush, and even though you go in circles as well, you can actually use it on any type of car. It won't make any difference as well. And the other great thing as well, remember when you're using the Washmatic, you don't dip it in the bucket, so you never put grit back on the car.
Yeah, let's have a little look at this again in action. It's a quick little VT clip, so it'll tell you all about it.
The rinsing of the car, very, very simple. Unscrew the brush, like so. You can either do it this way. I can arc the tube like so, and I can just pump it that way.
Clever.
It takes a little bit longer that way. If you want to water your hanging baskets, it's perfect.
So
I love that.
I love that.
So good. Yeah.
I love that as well.
Because when you do watering hanging baskets, normally it's all down.
And when you've got a hose pipe, you stood there saying, "Switch it off!" You stood there in a puddle of water. Switch it on! Can you switch it on for me, please? Oh yeah.
But you might be thinking, hang on, okay, you've washed the side of the car, but now we've left all the foam on. How on earth do we rinse it?
Absolutely. Well, what you do is you take the brush off.
Okay.
You put the bucket on the roof of the car. Just put your thumb over the end of the hose. Okay. Now the bucket is higher than the pipe, so gravity is going to pull the water through. So when you let go. Now here's the other thing as well. Notice how much water it's actually using. It's just using the right amount of water just to rinse off the soap suds.
But we're still using the same bucket of water.
Yes, I am, because if you use a good wash wax shampoo, you're using the same water to rinse as you do to wash. So all you're doing basically is putting another coat of wax on the car.
Fabulous.
You can use another bucket if you want, but look at this now. I've just washed the side of the car and I've rinsed it twice in under a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And look how much water we've actually used.
That's amazing.
Not even half a bucket.
Not even half a bucket. So you see, if you do live in an area where there's a hose pipe ban or you're on a water meter and things like that, it's absolutely perfect.
I'm glad that Mike didn't wear that shirt tonight, because it would have been quite embarrassing. I was actually getting changed and went, I know Mike has a shirt like that. I hope he doesn't wear it tonight, because it would have been one of those things. Well, why didn't we ring each other, Mike? Why didn't we call and check we've been sitting here with it? Now, we've been telling you tonight about loads and loads of products. That was the Washmatic. I think it's been a beautiful show tonight, though, because there's been so many things for you to look at. In fact, just before you came back, I was sitting on this and I was saying to Mike that I wanted to see what this was like to sit on. And Mike said to me, he said, Alan, the quality of that is magnificent. And it's not even your product. It comes from Ray. You know, a lovely Ray, mulberry silk Ray. And he sells them on his website for £30. You can have it for 20 tonight. And just look at this, right? 23.5 stone it will hold, and then just folds away like that. And there is a shoulder strap here as well, so you can put over your shoulder.
Again,
and then to bring that up.
You've got to be careful with it, because sometimes when you see them and you might think see a cheaper one, you might think, oh, it's the same thing. Trust me, folks, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
This here is a really good quality. 23 stone is a lot of weight.
23.5 stone is a lot of weight.
The only thing that we do sell them is don't stand on them. They're not meant for standing on, obviously, but for sitting on, they're absolutely superb. And in actual fact, you could actually buy a couple of them and have one as a little table, couldn't you?
Yeah, for drinks. Yeah. But they are brilliant. I mean, they really are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it does say on the bottom, it says do not use as a ladder or for standing on. But that's common sense as well anyway, I'm sure, folks. But loads of wonderful products tonight.
That's what I use mine for when I'm doing something on the car. And you can have them low like that, you see. So you know, if you need to get down low. And especially when you're getting old like me, Alan, you know.
You're not getting you're not, are you?
I am, yeah.
I'm
70 years old.
You haven't told us that tonight.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. It's perfect. They are. They're brilliant and great quality.
I love watching birds.
And they're very and they're easy to wash as well. You know, if you need to wash them, look at that in the garden, beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. She uses a little table, like you said, out for a walk, and you just need to have a little bit of a rest. Yeah. Well, you know, that's perfect for that, and it's so easy. Honestly, there's actually, when you're doing this, there's a little spring inside. I've just seen that when you pull it apart and click it in, you don't really feel much resistance to it. But when you putting it back together, it just concertina is back in almost on its own. But listen, like I was just saying to you folks, lots of really, really amazing products on the show tonight. So we had that lovely water feature, which really has sold huge amounts in the show tonight. We've also talked to you about the little seat. We've showed you a couple of the fans as well tonight, different ones to help you out as well. The fans are going great guns as well. But let's just have a little look again on this water feature as well, because there's loads of people. Now, if it's in your basket, folks, it's not yours. So please don't wait till the morning. Check it out. Get it gone right now. Get it on its way to you. Get 3 levels of this on that. It's made from, Mike?
Oh, resin. Sorry, I was watching the water feature. I was gone. I was getting relaxed then.
It has got that solar panel as well, and of course that battery built into the back of the solar panel. So when it's using the sunlight to run the water, it's also charging that battery, and then when the sun goes down, that battery that's been charged will run the water and the lights for up to 6 hours. So that's lovely. So even in the evening time, you're going to enjoy that. That's exactly, it's a huge, well, it's not huge, but it's a big water feature. So that's another great thing we had on our show tonight as well. Usual price $149.99. Tonight is $79.99. Pick up the phone, 03333 241 241 348 313, item number. Just talk to the guys and girls at the call centre, tell them what you want, they'll help you out. Or, of course, you can go to the website. Everything there can be split in 3 payments with PayPal Pay in 3. You just have to go on, and it's got to be over £30, which everything tonight is bringing you over that pretty much. Type it in when you go through to checkout. It will then give you the option to do that once, of course, you have a PayPal account. But I think pretty much everybody does as well. So, but there's what we've had tonight so far. You can see with some of the things. That Vibra on the corner there, the Halo bladeless fan, that's amazing because that cleans the air as well. It filters it, and it also has UV sterilization of air, and it puts out plasma ions, which actually destroys bacteria, viruses and germs in the air of your room. So that is a total cleaning of the air, but also it is a fan as well with that lovely light inside as well. Now these are brilliant. These are the Instacool Magic Towels. These are terrific. I was with Richard Meyer the other day. You pop these into cool water, or just any water pretty much, and then what you do is stretch it out and then give it 3 little tugs, and then what you do is you shake it a little bit. So you tug and shake, and genuinely they go so cold. You put them on around the back of your neck. It's incredible.
I was amazed with them.
It's brilliant. They're
I was
brilliant.
on with Rob the other night, and we featured them, and I tell you what, I was absolutely dumbfounded with them because I could not believe we put them in warm water, and then we took them out, we shook them. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's cold.
Yeah, you put it around
like 17 degrees.
Yeah. It's
unbelievable.
It genuinely is magic. It's a set of 3 for $14.99. And even if you use these and you wet them, this is how they work. Let's say you're going somewhere to a concert or something like that. You wet them, which is called charging them. So you wet them, wring them out, put them into their protective bag, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 hours later, you take it out, you tug on them, you shake them, and they become cold. I don't know how they do it. I genuinely think that it has to be some kind of magic. Well, but they're there as well for you. So,
made by a wizard.
Made by a wizard, Mr. Potter. So let's now carry on, because we've been installing the virtues, talking about them tonight, of Einhell and how brilliant they are. German company, German engineering, really just terrific products. So we've showed you the wonderful, wonderful grass cutter over there, the lawnmower. But now let's move on to this one. This is the Einhell cordless hedge trimmer. It does come with a 2 amp hour battery on this one, but we also give you an extra one of those. So you get 2 batteries in this pack as well, and these batteries work with the lawnmower. They all interchange. Mike, for $99.99, this has got to be great value.
I think it's brilliant value, especially when you think you're getting the extra battery as well. Just look at the blades on this, Alan. I mean, just so you're in no doubt, folks, look at the blades on here. You can see this is a top quality machine. This is something that a professional would use. It's nice and light. You can feel it when you know, like the controls on these.
It just feels
feel
nice.
The way it clicks, the way it moves, everything about it. Now the battery is very, very simple to attach. I'm just going to pop the battery on at the side here, and even with the battery on, they're not heavy, and that's the thing I like about these, Alan. They're not heavy. It's nice and easy to use. But just look at this. You've got a safety feature, so you've got your handle at the front here, which has got your you clip on, and notice when I press that, nothing happens. If I press this one, nothing happens. You've got to do them together, so you hold that, and literally you can do it with one thumb. So if you are older like me, you know, and it is important because, you know, we do cut our hedges and things, and I've got the original, the old type one, and it is not really easy to use. This one, absolutely superb. Look at this, 2 fingers, watch. Look at that. And you can see there. Now look at the blades. You can see the blades moving there. The action is superb. It's a really quick movement as well. And these are carbon steel blades as well, the laser cut. And notice, let me just take the battery off before I go anywhere near that blade. You'll notice as well with the blades, you'll see on the top here there is the knife edge on the top on this side, but on the other side the knife edge is on the bottom. So that means that when you cut it, it does cut a lot better. And here's another thing as well, folks. When you are using one of these machines, this is why the professional machines, it does cut your hedges really well. So when you cut your hedges properly, and when you do a clean cut, because that's important, you've got to get a clean cut, and that's what makes your hedges grow a lot better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, if you've got an old, if you've got a machine or a trimmer that is not cutting properly, then you know you're gonna take bits and pieces off your wood, off your branches, and they're not going to grow properly.
And of course it's going to rip as well if you don't have a good rip things.
That was the word I was
the word you were looking for. Yeah.
That's
so
right,
and you don't want that because it's going to look ugly too. Because sometimes if you see an inferior one of these and it doesn't have the power, it doesn't have the proper blades, and it does rip, you kind of get stuck and then you drag it off like that, and then you leave those splintery bits, and you can see the exposed inside of the branch, you know, of the twig, like, and it's kind of white colour, and it just looks ugly.
It does, yeah.
But yeah, get a good the proper tool, and people say you buy you know, cheap you buy twice.
That's right,
this is really great value, and a great machine.
You've got a hook as well, so you can hang it up with 2 hooks there as well. But I've got to tell you, when you get this home, folks, it comes to you, and this is it. It comes just like that. There's no setting up or anything. That's it. So basically, the battery will come 75% charged, so you can use it straight away. The battery just slips in there, nice and easy. If I can just see with.
I love that when we do live television, folks. We say, "Goes in nice and easy."
It goes in nice and easy, and I can't see it. Look, there you go.
24 years I've been doing this kind of work, and that keeps happening. You know, because we're trying to do it upside down, back to front, and you're trying to do it. And there's a piece of paper in your way as well.
There's a piece of paper in your way as well. But there you go. It does go on nice and easy. And there's a button at the back there. You pull the battery out, and that's how easy.
Oh, and by the way, what we've noticed as well,
quite light as well. Yeah,
if you look, you have your little monitor here as well, your little display to show you that press this button here and it shows you this is a fully charged battery. That's good to know, and when it's charging, I think you'll probably see those light up as well as they come through. So that's really nice to have that. And I can tell you this, right, because I worked a couple of years ago as brand ambassador for a company that did a lot of these kind of batteries for their tools, and I went on a 3-day seminar type thing with them to learn all about it, and they told me the extra technology they have to build into a battery to offer that feature is really it's quite a big deal.
Oh,
it's not just genuinely, so it's a big deal. A whole lot more technology has to go into it for it to be able to, because you have to have something in there that has to be able to read the battery, and then show you the correct lights. That is not a simple little thing to do, folks, to get that. And I am talking just about this here. Look at that when you press it, the 3 red lights come on. Sorry, Mike. Yeah,
no, you're
just
right,
there.
yeah.
So that's
so
not.
You wouldn't think of that, would you?
No,
really?
you wouldn't
That's
think
something
about it.
You wouldn't think about that.
No.
But when now you've explained it, and you know, you now think to yourself, well, yeah, they have got. There is some technology in there.
Yeah.
And this is the thing you see with all handheld products. They are good, the top technology products. And also remember, these are professional products as well, folks. So what you get in here for the price is you get a professional machine, which is perfect for use, nice and easy to use as well, and it's very, very light. This is the other thing, it's very, very light to use. If you pick that lovely, well-balanced tool, it's nice and easy to use as well. The cutting action is superb, and it's a 15mm blade.
When we actually think, folks, right, when the actual action of cutting our hedge is you're doing this, you're waving across, you're going up and down. And if this was really heavy, you're lifting that and then trying to hold it from falling. But genuinely, even though, I'm going to say this to you, even though this is lightweight, it doesn't feel flimsy in any way. And I can promise you that. It feels really sturdy. I love that you've got the little knuckle hand guard here as well. You know, so even if your hand does slip, you know, you're not going to go into those blades. But anyway, actually, if I have my 2 hands there and one slips, I've let go of this, it's going to stop anyway, isn't
That's
it? So
right,
extra
yeah.
security. But you're not going to get anything being fired back here. That's going to protect your hand as well from bits being fired back. It's a really well-made machine.
And that's important as well, Alan, because one of the other things is as well, when I switch this on, watch this, I'm just going to do it on the front here. If I switch this on, okay, watch this now. When I stop it, watch how quickly it stops.
It stops, yeah.
You see this? Watch this now. So as soon as I stop it, it stops instantly. It doesn't keep going. The moment I stop, the moment I take my finger off, is the moment it stops, and that's important as well, because you'll find with a lot of other machines, like especially the electric ones, they keep going for a little bit longer. So if you did slip, you know,
so
and that's how you cut your cords. That's how you end up with a cut cord.
Yeah.
You know, but these are very, very quick. Look at this. As soon as I stop, it's off, and that's it. It's beautiful.
So again, just to show what I was saying a second ago, if you are using that, now I need the battery in just for a second. If you let go, you see what Mike is saying. So if your hand did slip, or this one, it
comes off, but it stops very
you can almost
quickly.
feel that brake
Absolutely,
working on
yeah,
that.
It is. It's a beautiful machine, and it sounds. It's not loud. You can tell by the action. You can tell by the way it sounds as well. This is it's a top quality machine. Let me just set the battery out. That's it, yeah. So, and also remember, you've got the sleeve with it as well now. Even the sleeve is top quality. You can feel that, can't you? And these are sort of little things that you think to yourself, this is something you're going to have for a long time.
Well, what I'd be doing is the little hangers there, I would be putting 2 holes in this, corresponding with that, so I can hang it with that on it as well. That's just what I would do. But there you go.
Should be a hole in it.
There is
there it is.
like
There
oh yeah,
that
look,
way,
you can hang it with that as well.
You can hang it that way as well. So
see, there you go. I don't have to go drilling holes. Folks,
up there for thinking, down there for
dancing. And I can't dance.
And I can't either. No.
If you do fancy this,
you can sing, though,
you are
can't you?
a little
You're quite
bit.
a good singer, aren't you?
A little bit.
That's what I've been told.
It's funny the things you hear about people, isn't it? Einhell cordless hedge trimmer. I'm not going to go through all those silly numbers and stuff like that, but that's what it is. So you have got this one lithium-ion kit. You get a 2 amp hour battery and the charger with that, of course, because you would expect that. But also we give you an extra battery, so you're getting 2 batteries with this in all. Diamond grinded knife laser cut blades with this. You can see, really is a joy. It'll be a joy to use, I'm sure. Now the extra battery we're giving you is $34.95's worth. You can buy them separately, and you can see that in case you're wondering, are we saying that? You can also then put that onto, if you have got a PayPal account, you can go in and pop through the details, and then once they approve you on that one, you can split that into 3 equal payments, $35.65. That does include your P&P. Or indeed, you can just pay for it outright with £99.99 of your money and $6.95 to get that home to you. But of course, you see the regular price of this, so you're saving quite a chunk on this. ShopOnTV.co.uk, 700,000 plus different products online, and 300,000 of those are books. There's beauty, there's all sorts. You can categorize things. There's literally all sorts. No matter what you want. Tell you what, do you know the way you go to some of the other websites, you just go to them as a go-to? Try ours as a go-to and see if you can find stuff just there as well. You'd be quite surprised with what we have. You may well be very surprised with the value as well. Right, cordless lawn trimmer next, because we have cut the grass and we've cut this, the hedges as well, and we've done the topiary. You have the big words tonight. In fact, I like to try learn a new word every single day. So the other day I bought a thesaurus.
A thesaurus?
A thesaurus, yeah, and it turned out to be the world's worst thesaurus. Not only was it terrible, but it was terrible.
I thought a thesaurus was an animal. I thought it was like one of the dinosaurs.
That's my joke. I love that one.
The
guys have heard that before.
Very good.
But this one, we also give you the battery and charger, but then you also get a second charger with this, or a second battery, I should say, with this. Mike, we need to trim the edges of the lawn. Tell us a bit about this one.
Yeah, nice and easy to use this. Now, it comes in 3 parts. So basically what you've got here, you've got 4 screws, and that's it. So you just put the 2 screws together. If you want to unscrew it and store them, you can do, but you don't really need to. Very, very easy to put together. But the great thing about this is that you've not got those long cords. You know, the old ones. I don't know.
The wrap,
this is the wrap round cords, and this one here is nice and easy to change. You do get 20 of these with it as well, and the battery fits all the machines. So all the Einhell machines have one battery that fits everything, which is brilliant, I think.
Really easy to put into.
And it's really easy to put into. No, it is. Honestly, let me just show you, folks. It is easy, but I've got to tell you, I should have my contact lenses in, but I don't have them because they do, and glasses really annoy me. So I do struggle.
They're terrible. I keep doing this with mine.
They do. But I should have contact lenses in, so sometimes it is a little bit difficult for me, but I can actually see perfect. Look, and it does go in really easy.
Yeah,
I'll try to look at that. It's genuinely very, very easy. Look, there you go. I can just pop that in there. Look, if I can just see it, there it is. It just slips in and it goes. It's very, very easy to do.
Yeah.
Now, the great thing about this, folks, even with the battery in, which is very important, it's still very, very light. Only weighs a couple of kilos, which is superb. And the power is superb. Now, listen to it. I'm just pulling this out, the front of it out of the way. You can hear this, but I'm going to just put it on full power. Listen to this. And I can tell you, folks, when you do use this, and I have used this one at home, it does actually cut the grass superb, and it gives you a perfect, you know, if you're getting right up to the walls and things like that, it is absolutely perfect. It's brilliant. And again, Einhell, it's a top quality machine. This.
Well, look,
£74 with the battery. I mean, you're thinking of getting an extra battery with that, £34. I mean, it's 50 quid for this. Absolutely superb.
Yeah, no, it's terrific value. And we all know Einhell. I'm sure. Well, I say that kind of flippantly that we all know Einhell, but they've been around for 60 years. German company, German engineering, and I'm sure that the majority of us do know the Einhell name. You would have seen it, and kind of synonymous as well over the years with heavy-duty tools, power tools, drills, and things like that. And that's really where I got to know them first, many years ago. And then to see them come and do stuff like this, well, I genuinely go in knowing that it's going to be great quality. And sometimes, you know, you go down, you know, along, you know, special aisles in supermarkets, and you might see, oh, there's one for 60 quid or 70 quid or 80 quid or 90 quid, and you think, but I don't know what that make is, and it's just, you know, maybe something that's quite made up, I suppose, in a way. But I suppose, you say everything, but Einhell is a brand that's been around for 60 years. 60 years. That says something, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. 60 years. The company's worth over £500 million. They sponsor. You may have seen them on the side of racing cars, BMW racing cars. They sponsor them, and also this year, the 60th anniversary, they are linked up. They're also the supplier of the garden partner, the garden for Bayern Munich Football Club, which is a massive football club. So all these people that they get involved with, the big organisations, you know, and this is why these companies are well known. This is a brilliant one for all, and
one for all, and all for one. Musket hands are always ready.
That's right. This is the Three Musketeers.
But it is great to know that. So, you know, the thing is that if you buy all three of the items tonight, you get a standard charger with each. You have 3 chargers and 3 batteries, but we give you extra batteries too, so you end up with 6 batteries. Now, please don't think that that's overkill or say, well, why do I need all of those? Well, first and foremostly, you will use them, and it's very easy for you to keep them stored. But of course, maybe you might then think to yourself, well, you can buy a bare tool and give it as a present to somebody, and then you have a battery to give them already, or do what Mike said and sell them to people, make a few quid. But having those extra batteries is a nice thing to have. It's better to be looking at them than looking for them, and that's really what I think.
And the other thing as well is that normally with any tool like this, the first thing that would go would be the battery. So it's always good to keep one anyway. You know, if you want to keep it for a spare, you can do that. But it is really easy to put in. It's also very light as well. And as you say, Alan, it's you can also see the charge that's in there. Which the technology for that, and I never thought about that actually, the technology for something like that is quite a lot. So this is why you're looking at a really good quality tool here.
Yeah, it's just, you know, and you know, you don't have to have, you know, a company doesn't have to give you a battery with that power indicator on it. But the fact that Einhell do is just, I just think it's terrific, because it just shows that they go that extra mile.
And it's a great price as well, because I don't think you'll find a machine like this which is is cordless for that sort of money. Certainly with an extra battery you wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think
you know, usual price, £5 off, that's £74.99. I think it's a bit of a steal for that. And as you said again, doing that math, so 75 quid, take off 35 quid for that battery, it makes that, so it makes that and that 40 quid. Now, if you went into a shop, right, now, genuinely think about this. You went into one of those shops with the middle aisle and you saw Iron Hell line trimmer with a charger and a battery, and it said it was £40. You'd buy it. Well, technically that's what you're getting, because we're giving you that's worth £35, and it's always nice to have an extra battery as well. So this bundle is blooming great value, quite frankly.
It is great value, and you won't get this anywhere else. This is exclusive to ShopOnTV, so this is an exclusive deal just for ShopOnTV. So if you ever buy an Einhell product, if you go to a professional place like Tool Station or those, I know there are various other ones, the big sheds, you will not get the extra battery. You've got to buy that separate. So you are getting that, and that's good, isn't it, when you think about it? Because in actual fact, you know, you're getting a fabulous
But honestly,
discount.
if you saw that in the box with that and that for £40, you'd snap somebody's arm off for that. You go, I'd have that every day of the week. And technically, as I say, because you've got that, it's just absolutely brilliant.
I think you would do, yeah, absolutely. And remember, folks, this is also very, very light as well. You've got your two handles, but I can tell you, you can actually use it with one hand. Now, you know, I mean, I am getting on a bit.
Have I
mentioned that?
No, you haven't mentioned that. No,
I am getting on a bit. Yeah, but look at this. I can hold this with one hand, folks. It's not heavy. It really isn't heavy.
But I'm not surprised you've got strong arms with that action you were doing with that, with that hose.
Yeah. That's right. I can do the Washmatic as well, but it is a brilliant tool.
Yeah. Now, so we are going to be moving on a little bit as well in just a few moments to the next product, okay? And we're going to talk down there in the sit-down area in just a few minutes. But if you do fancy getting hold of this, folks, you know exactly what to do by now, because we are, you know, we are here 7 nights a week on ITV and STV. Now, we always go live sometime after midnight. It depends on the schedule and what's on before us, but we always go live till 3 a.m. and that's 7 nights a week, unless something, you know, mad happens like an election or something like that, or things. But we're here, you know how to find us. By the way, if you want to see more items as well from us, channel 89 on Freeview is our dedicated Freeview channel. Midnight right through till 6 p.m. the next day, you will see specialized videos that we make, about a half-hour long. Loads of different products as well, and you can tune into us there and you'll see all of the different guys and lots of different things. Black magic, paint, roof fix, things like that, fans, and all types of things as well. Now, do you know I'm talking about fans, okay? I mentioned a little bit earlier on to you the Vibra Halo, and do you remember I said that it has a HEPA 13, well, I didn't say it has a HEPA 13 filter, but I did say that it is a filtration system. So this fan has a HEPA 13 filter in it. It also has UV light in here as well, which kills bacteria and germs as it goes through. And it also fires out into the room that you're in. It also fires out plasma waves, plasma ionization, which kills airborne bacteria, viruses, and the like in the room as well. And it is a beautiful fan with an ambient light inside as well. And it's quite a beautiful piece of furniture too, if I'm not mistaken. So, if I'm not mistaken, if I do say so myself, I should say. Mood lighting, I said mood. Adjustable timer, 4 preset fan modes as well on this, an automatic swing. Beautiful, beautiful piece of furniture and fan. I think it's great. And you can probably hear the water now, folks. That's not me in the loo. I haven't went to the loo. It's the water feature, and that's come up. By the way, you can see that red ring around that? That red ring will be green if the air is clean. It will go amber if it's a little bit dirty, and red if it really needs cleaning. But you don't have to worry about that. You can put it on automatic mode, and it will continue to do that. Sterilize the air that's coming through it, as well as filtering it, and then killing bacteria, germs, and viruses in the air of the room by firing out plasma waves as well in that. So overall, you have got an absolutely brilliant machine, and I can promise you this, it is brilliant. And especially when you think of what it does. And it's a bladeless fan as well. And we all know those bladeless fans, how expensive they can be. Many, many, many hundreds of sixes and hundreds of pounds. But that one is £254.99. But this one does so much more as well. If you need a fan and you need to clean the air because you do have little sniffs, sneezes and stuff like that, that's a perfect one for you as well. Now, before we get to the water feature, we're going to, oh, right, so we have a question, I believe, about the colours of the oscillating fan. So we have the white one here beside us. Now remember, it does that. So you can also go for the grey one as well. Same price, $69.99. And again, do you know what I'm going to say? I think that's a classier colour, if I'm going to say so. The guys in the gallery as well tend to agree. Am I agreeing with them or are they agreeing with me? Either way, we like it. The grey. I tell you what, the grey looks. It looks very. It looks more expensive, if I may say. It looks classier, I think. But of course, if the white is for you, go for the white. But that one is available as well. And again, remember oscillation vertically and horizontally. 3 speeds on this will always give you the temperature of the room that you're sat in as well. Lovely machine. $69.99. A steal as well. Add it to your basket, buy it now, go through to PayPal, Pay in 3 should you have a PayPal account. If you don't, I'm sure you can sign up for one. It only takes a little minute or two. But yeah, you'd be happy with that. By the way, just to say to you, if you do go for one of the Vibra fans, whether it be this one or the Halo one, Chris Mott and Tony Mott will get that order in the morning when they get to their office at 8 a.m. and they will dispatch it tomorrow. I'm not sure whether the company they use deliver on a Saturday, but the chances you could potentially get it Saturday. If not, I'm sure you'll have it on Monday. But it's very quick dispatch because Chris and Tony know that when you buy something, you want it really quickly. So get that into your basket and get it checked out, folks. That's the thing to do. Right, water features again. Talking about water, I desperately need a drink of water, so we're going to wet the whistle, as they say. It's quite warm. So, Mike, this here is a great looking unit. Outdoors, indoors.
Absolutely, yeah.
But we don't plug this into the mains.
You don't plug this into the mains, no, because it's got a solar panel. The solar panel is a really good quality solar panel. You don't have to have this next to the unit. You can have this up to 10 metres away because it comes with the wires, which are 10 metres. There you can see there's the different wires there. The other great thing about this as well is it's got a lithium-ion battery. Now, the lithium-ion battery in this, at the back here, what it does when it charges up, when the unit is charged up, when the unit is being used, it will automatically charge the battery at the same time. If during the day the sun goes down and your water feature normally would stop, this one won't, because the battery will then kick in and it will use the battery power. If you want to switch the water feature off during the day, the solar panel will still charge up the battery till it's full, and then once it's full, it'll automatically switch it off.
Yeah, that's
and it won't overcharge it. So you can use this in the evening. So you can switch it on, you can switch it off, you can use it in the evening. But the great thing about this, folks, is that if you're using it during the day and the sun goes down, your water feature's still going to work.
Still going to work.
Yep.
And my favourite part of this, and one of the reasons that I said I really want to get this, is the lights inside. So when the sun does go down, and then you're not having solar power, but you're using the battery power that you've taken from the solar energy, then the lights come on as well inside of it. And I think they look absolutely lovely. So you're getting free energy to run this. There's the light, and there's one in every single one of the 3 levels, the 3 bowls there as well. Just a beautiful piece of garden furniture. Again, we were saying you could put it on the decking, you could put this pretty much anywhere you wanted, because you don't need to have the power to it. It gets its own power, and 10 meters of cord going to that solar panel, so you can position that wherever you want. It's the lights that I love.
It is. I like the whole thing, and it's up to it's 48, 50 millimeters high, centimeters.
Centimeters high, yeah.
Which is quite a nice size unit. Honestly, folks, I don't think, and if you can find one at this price, with these features, then I'll tell you something, you're doing very, very well. I don't think you're going to find one anywhere. In fact, I know, but you're not going to find one anywhere, because even if you were buying lots of these, you wouldn't get them at that
price. We found it tonight on the website, Leslie, our producer, at 170 odd quid.
Yeah.
And if you look at the usual price of this, 149.99. Now, you've got to, okay, so let me, if you don't mind me saying this to you, right? So, when people say to me all the time, I have loads of friends who know what I do, but when I meet people and they say, well, what do you do for a living? And I tell them about where I work. And I said, yeah, I do see things like that, but is it a kind of a gimmick that it says it's 150 quid and it's 79.99? Well, it's not, okay? And certainly not here on Shop on TV, because first and foremost, remember this, okay? What we have is we have ITV. That's where we're broadcasting from. Apart from us here being heavily regulated on what we can and can't say, and that's why you will hear a lot of things like, up to 40 minutes, and we will give you, or may do this, or can. It's because we cannot say certain things, okay? So we have to be careful. So we'll always step underneath the threshold. But here's the thing about it, okay? We've also got ITV. ITV watch us like hawks. We cannot overstep, because it's their license, so it's their credibility. ITV, that's where we are on STV. So here's what happens, okay? So you'll get a company who will say, let's say for instance Einhell, who will spend loads of money on advertising, okay? And then they would send out products to loads of different shops. Maybe they'll buy 2 and they'll buy 10 and they'll buy 5, and they've got to send them all out to them. And then so what happens here is Einhell have pretty much 2.5 hours of free advertising here on ITV. That's worth a lot to a company. But also, we will sell vast quantities of that product that they don't have to mess around shipping out to different shops here, there and everywhere. They ship them directly to you. So they're on a win-win scenario. So you know what it ends up being? You're the real winner, because you're getting things at these incredible prices. And this is really one of those things. I think to get this home tonight at £28.65, first of 3 payments, if you split this on PayPal Pay in 3, which you do on the website, I just think it's something, well, I certainly won't be thinking about it. I want one of these, and that's the truth. It's a beautiful piece of equipment.
It is, absolutely. And you can use it inside, outside. You can use it, you can leave it out in the winter. But the other good thing is, if you don't want to leave it out in the winter, it's very easy to put away. So you can actually put this away and put it in.
Because when you empty it, it's light, isn't it? Yeah. Because when you empty it, it's lightweight when it's empty.
Absolutely. And the other good thing, there's no screwing together, there's no putting together. It does come like that. You open the box and it comes like that. And all you need to do is you take the wires out. The wires are already inside here. There's a panel that comes out. There's the panel that comes out, which actually feels like rock.
It does, yeah.
It does feel like rock. And then all you do is you fill the water up at the bottom here, or if Alan said, you can fill it up from here, and it will eventually go through as well. You've got the LED lights on there. You've got this superb solar panel, which is really top quality. You've got the lithium-ion battery in the back there, so this will work during the daylight. Also, if the sun goes down, unlike other water features, solar powered, what happens is that the sun goes down and the water feature stops. This one won't, and you can also have it on at night as well. If you switch it off during the day, which you can do, there's just one button there. There's one button there, and by the way, you can see the green light flashing. When it's green, the battery is full. When it's orange, the battery is half full, and when it's red, it needs charging. So you put it out in the sunshine. But the good thing about this is that even when it's switched off, the battery will charge up, and you can use this at night as well. So if you're having a barbecue, it's superb, isn't it?
Yeah, and I love the way it's offset as well. It is brilliant. But I really just like the lights on this, Mike. And the question that we had earlier, because that gentleman who messaged in, Dave, who has built a little mini golf course in his back garden, he was asking, could he dye the water? And we found out that if you use food colouring, you can dye that water, which I think is brilliant. So imagine making that like a nice light blue or green, and then those lights in there as well. It's going to make that even more beautiful.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You could do that. And remember, if you wanted to put it away for the winter, if you don't want to put it out, if you've not got a conservatory, you can put it away for winter as well. But what I like about this is that when you touch it, it does feel like stone. It does actually feel like stone.
It's quite solid.
It's very solid, yeah, but it does actually feel like stone. When you touch it, if you didn't know this was resin, you would think it was stone. It does feel that way, and it looks like stone as well.
You know, it kind of shows my age a little bit, because anytime I hear words, I think of music. music, and you said remember, and I go remember. Shawadi. I'm like, oh,
Shawadi,
yeah, yeah, I love it.
That's a good one.
Bay City Rollers and all that.
Oh, you like that, the Bay City Rollers? I didn't realise you was a Bay City Roller fan.
Oh, I love the Bay City Rollers.
That's it,
yeah.
I love what these groups, the tribute acts.
Yeah.
I love some great tribute acts about. I've seen some fabulous ones.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, you talk about me singing earlier. I do an Elvis Presley tribute. So
that's what I was going on about.
Yeah, was it?
Somebody, I don't know who told me, but is that what you do?
Yeah. Well, no, I do it. I don't do it a lot. I've shown the picture to.
That's brilliant. Shall I tell you? I've seen two fantastic tribute acts. One of them was if you like Coldplay. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, let me show you. Oh, that's no way, that's not you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's good, isn't it?
Look at this. Look at that. This is Alan Ennis.
Thank you very much,
Can you
baby.
see it? There it is. This is Alan Ennis as Elvis.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
You sound like him as well.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Must do, yeah. Shall I tell you? I've seen two amazing tribute acts. One of them was called Coldplay.
Yeah.
They're the best, and the other one was the Celine Dion Experience. January Butler. She's absolutely amazing.
Did you see the documentary about Celine Dion and the troubles?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I cried so much at that. And then to see her at the Olympics, what a woman!
That's
She's
right,
just
yeah,
fabulous.
She's fabulous. But this,
Yeah.
if you like her, you see these tribute, they're brilliant. But these and also while we're chatting away, I mean, we're talking about music and things like that. But while you're listening to your music, you can listen to your water feature as well.
Yeah, you see the way he brought that back. You're good, Mike.
Yeah, get that back in there.
Get that back
there
in
you
there.
Go. It wasn't me. It was Leslie and me.
I know. And it was
back to the water
it was the
feature.
way she changed her tone and lowered her voice that made us go, "Ooh."
That's right. Yes. Because you see, we are controlled.
Yeah.
By lovely Leslie.
Leslie is very beautiful but scary.
Yeah, she can be very scary.
Yeah.
She does tell us off, doesn't she?
She does, yeah.
It's a bit like being, like having your teacher.
Yeah. Sorry, miss.
Sorry, miss. Yeah. But she's quite right. This water feature is superb. And by the way, I will tell you this as well, folks. This is true. When Alan saw this for the first time, he did look at me and he did say, I'd like one of them.
Yeah.
And he did straight away. As soon as he saw it, he said, I would like, and that's always a good sign.
No, it is, because we see so many products, and I just and the thing is, it does not look tacky in any way.
It doesn't, no.
It looks it is such good quality. It's a beautiful piece of equipment and a beautiful feature, and I just think it would be lovely. And I can see actually right now where it's going to go in the garden as well, into that little corner. Where we sit, because we've got this little area up the back that we've built off as like kind of not railroad track things, but kind of wooden around. It's a nice long width of the garden, and we've a table and chairs and stuff. And there's a tree stump that's about that much out of the ground that's been cut back, nice. And it's a lovely feature as well. That is, and just over beside that, I would have that in the corner, and it just trickling away. I think it'd be lovely.
And
our parasol and stuff.
It's white noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Water feature is white noise. It's very, very relaxing. I mean, you get home at night. It's a nice sunny evening. The sun's just going down. You get in your chair there, sit by your water feature, and have a nice gin and tonic.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like the sound of water when I get home at 5:30 in the morning, though.
Sorry,
when I go for a pee,
I don't get home until 7.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Ali? Whereabouts do you live?
No, I had an hour and a half to get home down by Gatwick Airport.
Oh, really?
Right,
oh, you're all right. I've got to go all the way up to Wakefield.
Wakey!
Wonderful Wakey.
I didn't know you were from Wakefield.
I am. I live in Wake, right next to Sandal Castle.
I spent a lot of time when I was growing up in Harrogate and Knaresborough.
Oh, nice.
And down to Wakey.
Hey, that's posh round there.
We've had an email. Lawrence, is it? Oh, he sent a thesaurus joke.
Oh,
right.
He did.
Okay, so he's written a theatre production called Thesaurus. It's a play on words.
Oh, very good. I like it. Bum bum. Yeah, I like that one.
Let's hear another one.
Yeah.
I just bought a thesaurus, and when I got it home, all the pages were blank. I have no words to describe how angry I am.
Yeah, very good. I like it.
Brilliant. You mentioned earlier on a dinosaur. What would you call a dinosaur with one eye?
I don't know what.
Do you think he saw us?
Do you think he saw us? I like that one. When are you coming to Wakefield to do your Elvis act?
Well, thank you very much,
The Theatre Royal in Wakefield.
Yeah, no,
Fabulous.
I haven't done it in a while actually.
Oh, have you?
No, and I won't do any more of them either. I do sing though sometimes for people, but I didn't ever do it as something I wanted to do all the time. I just did it for friends and
Yeah,
you know,
really?
pubs and clubs I knew
right.
or parties of people I knew. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was always good. So. Right, here is the little VT clip of the water feature. Hopefully you have not only put it in the basket but checked it out as well. Remember, it is solar powered and it has that built-in battery that holds power. So when it gets dark at night time and you have no light for the power of it, it will continue to work for around 6 hours, and the lights come on at night time too, which makes it even more beautiful as well. So yeah, so pick yours up. No, you won't pick it up now, you'll buy it and we'll send it to you, and you will be enjoying that in your garden for the rest of the summer. Do remember though, when it comes to the winter time, just empty it out and then pop it inside, because the frost and stuff, it's made of resin. So, but yeah, other than that, keep it outside. You don't want the water freezing in it anyway. So I want to talk to you before, we've got about 12 minutes left on the show. So I want to just take a little minute to recap on some stuff, and I really want to talk to you for a moment about the fan that's here beside me, okay? Because I think it's really terrific value. I'm just going to bring this forward here now as well so I can do it. So this here is from Vibra. Now remember, I talked to you about Vibra earlier on. Chris and Tony Moss, brilliant people, and they've designed this themselves, put the best of everything in there and given it to us at $69.99. It can be yours for tonight. You can't spread that payment. As you know, PayPal Pay in 3. Let me tell you what's so great about this. First of all, everything that you want to do on it is all here on the screen. So you have your power button, which is touch screen. You will see the temperature in the room as well. It's 23 degrees there now. I want to turn this a little bit more for you. You have your oscillation, you have your timer, and you have your fan speed. But also I can do all of that with this here as well. This little remote control comes with the battery as well. Now watch the oscillation. You would expect a fan to go from left to right. And absolutely, you're right, this does go from left to right. But the extra little bit on this one is it will also go up and down. So it goes kind of 360 as such, if you know what I mean, up and down and side to side. But also what we can do is we can stop that oscillation and we can turn that fan up, so now you can use that as an air shower fan, drawing in air, firing it up to the ceiling. But what I really like about this as well is you can adjust the height of it, and we have a timer built into this, which is great. But when I turn this off, if you leave it in that configuration and we turn it off, watch the head. It brings itself back down automatically into that forward-facing position as well. That's really, really clever. Now, I just want to show you something. On the side of this, okay, we will see the watts that it uses. So the power on this is 50 watts. So I can tell you, just giving you an average, just as a little idea, a 50 watt unit, okay, will use roughly with the average. Now I must, again, this is one of the things, remember I was saying earlier on that we have to be so careful about things that we say. The average price of a kilowatt of electricity in the UK at the moment is around 27.5p. So on 27.5p, this here will use about 1.5 or 1.6 pence per hour. So if you have this on 8 hours a day, 10, 11 pence maybe to run that for 8 hours. So that gives you an idea of how cost effective it is to run to keep you, and that will be on its maximum speed as well, to keep you nice and cool. But overall, a very good looking fan, and as I say, has that display in the front as well. Everything is touch sensitive, and you've got that remote control, so you don't even have to get up from the bed or from the chair to work this. You can do it from the comfort of your home. It is a great fan. So if you fancy it, 908458 is the item number for that one if you are ringing up. And that you do have the choice of the white or the, well, grey I was going to say, but graphite, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's lovely. In fact, I definitely would go for that colour if it was me going for it. Graphite grey. So it is technically grey. Just stylish, just nice. Especially, you know, it might fit in better with some of your the furniture you have as well. So, but if you're looking for options, if you go along to the item itself, we're just going to let you see that, and then you'll go in. It'll come in the white, and then you'll see down select, and then add white, and there you go. See, isn't that nice in the bedroom? Because it fits in with everything else. It looks nice, doesn't it? He's got a carpet cleaner because his feet are not dirty. So, also now we've got something to show you, the little telescopic stretch seats that I've become a fan of, because if you do go to the kids, you know, sports day or whatever it might be, and you get there and you end up sitting on the floor, well, these are just brilliant. 20 quid. Now, by the way, it's Ray All Sunshine, as I call him, that brings us the mulberry silk. That brings these. If you see them on his website, they're £30 each. You can have one tonight in red, orange, green, black or blue for £20. Look how handy it stores away. It is brilliant. 23.5 stone in weight it will hold. But remember, don't stand on it or don't use it as a ladder either as well. Again, anywhere. Back of the house, back of the car I should say, in the house somewhere in a drawer. Put it in your rucksack when you're going to a concert, outdoor movie, going to work, whatever it might be. It's just handy, isn't it? And there is a shoulder strap for it as well. You can adjust it to different heights. In fact, you'll see when we come back the ones we have in front of us here. He doesn't look like a good fisherman, does he? He was a little bit overzealous throwing that out there, was he? Maybe I know nothing. Yeah. Takes his stool, it's more important than the case. There you go. Gardening, instead of kneeling down, wouldn't that be handy as well? And of course, if you are using slightly smaller pots or something like that you're working in, you can adjust the height of it. This is the one that Mike likes to use it for, doing the bits and pieces on the car. DIY. Just handy, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And the really good quality of these as well, that's what you've got to be careful of. When you do see other ones of these that may be a little bit flimsy, these are really good quality. 23.5 stone, that's what it'll hold. And you can use it as a little table as well. Look at that, you see, you can use it as a table.
Use it as a table, you did mention that earlier on actually, yeah.
Nice, and if you walk in, it's perfect. Nice and easy to, if you were going to a pop concert or going to see a concert with you in as Elvis,
as Elvis,
sit there and watch it. Absolutely, the bus stop.
Yeah.
Those sort of things. It's a fabulous little item, it really is, and it's top quality as well.
And the way that it works, by the way, it's very easy. So you've got two little finger holders here and here. So all I do is pull it and then twist it. And if you can see those little locking bits just here, if we can see those, and basically what they do is, as you see the little locking bits there, when I pull it out and twist it, they release and it just flattens down. There is a spring in there, so look at it pulls itself back in. So I don't have to push that back in. When I open it, I just twist it to lock it into place, locking all of those. And there is a locking mechanism all the way around, so it really is making it super, super strong. Remember, holding up to 23.5 stone. Even Mike's able to do it. Look how easy you're doing it. And he's 70, remember?
I am. Have I told you?
You had. I think you might have.
This would be great for going to the Wish Drive. Not that I do, but they are brilliant, and they are very, very good quality as well.
Yeah.
You've got your carrying strap. You've got your carrying handle as well. If you want to do that, you want to put it over as you say, in your rucksack. If you're got a caravan or a motorhome, if you go into a concert, if you're going waiting for the bus, fishing, anything like that, it's absolutely superb. Yeah. Or if you just want to sit down anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in the garden, whatever. You know, you might just want to sit in the garden, or you're doing something.
It's just a handy thing to have. Folks, can I just have a quick recap, if I can, on tonight's show? Now, remember, if you go to the website that we have, which is ShopOnTV.co.uk, you'll see everything that we have there. But tonight's show, it's been pretty brilliant in terms of, not us, no, in terms of what we've had on it, all right? So we've had Einhell products, German company, German engineering in them. We've had that wonderful, wonderful lawnmower. We've had the edge trimmer as well, the grass trimmer. We've also had a hedge trimmer from them as well, all at exceptional prices, all with a battery and charger. And then for tonight, not only is the price reduced massively, but an extra battery for each of those things too. We've also had these little stools, which are brilliant. I've talked to you about 2 or 3 different fans. We've talked about this fan. We've talked about these little fans. So many different things. We've just really brought you some terrific things. So let's quickly talk about the lawnmower. You can see it's on the screen right there now. That's it. 2 batteries, remember, 1 charger with that. The Einhell Power Cordless 18-volt lawnmower, and you can split that in 3 payments, 52.31 by 3, or just pay for it up front. Also then, we did say that we had the line trimmer as well, which again was super good value because you got the charger and battery and an extra battery with this as well. That is the cordless trimmer just there, the hedge trimmer, that one should say, $99.99. And then we had the lawn trimmer as well, or line trimmer as you could call it as well. And again, just there you go. And super value again, $74.99. Battery charger comes with it, and an extra battery as well with that. So that's been the 3 main items on the show. We've just talked to you about that stretch seat as well. We've talked about that hose thing that is that
hose thing, the Washmatic.
The Washmatic, that's it. Couldn't remember it. Washmatic hose thing. Here's the details of the Washmatic. You saw this being used earlier as well. Again, that's something that is brought to us, the cleaning system at $24.99.
1 bucket of water to wash and rinse your average size car.
Yeah, it's
absolutely
brilliant.
Amazing, that. And we haven't even mentioned one of the other products, which is absolutely the best mop ever, is the spin mop.
Yeah,
oh,
I have to say,
look at that.
I love this. I thought this was David actually a bit earlier on when I saw that. I did. I thought it was because he had his head down.
Can I tell you something about this spin mop?
Go on.
It is the best mop you will ever, I think. And if there's anybody out there who can find me a mop that is better than this, it separates clean and dirty water, it dries your floor, it washes your floor. You can use it with bleach. It's light. You don't need loads of water. You can use it with anything you like. It wets the mop. It dries the mop, and it's self-cleaning as well.
That's really cool.
That's why he's
really
dancing
good.
around the kitchen.
And the thing about it is as well is that, because I've seen you do this live on the show here, and I was quite impressed with that actually, the way it rotates as well. And what price is that tonight? What can they have that for?
$34.99, I believe.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great price as well. And I've got to tell you as well, when you use it, you push it down slowly, it wets the mop, and then you go a little bit quicker, and it dries it as well. And you've got a drain plug.
That's really
brilliant.
good. Yeah.
There's no other mop like it. It's absolute. If you want a mop, folks, that's the one to get.
A bit of genius, may we say. Well,
Genius.
folks, we are coming very close to the end of the show. We've got a minute and a half. Now, please, can I ask you to check your baskets out right now? Lots of you sitting there with things in the baskets. Check them out. Have them as yours. Have them on the way to you. Because there's no point putting them in the basket, not checking them out, quite frankly. But
don't miss out. Check out.
Don't miss out. Check out. You practiced that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
But we are going to finish up just very quickly with this. Mike, give us a quick overview of this.
Yeah, this is brilliant. It's a fabulous water feature. 49 centimetres high. You've got your water, and you've got your light in there as well. Remember, you've got your solar power with the battery, so this will work during the cloudy times. It'll also work in the evening. When you've got it out during the day, the battery automatically charges up, and even if you've got it switched off, it will still charge the battery up. So if you go away on holiday, it will always charge up, or if you're not there, it will charge the battery up. So once you switch it on, it charges the battery up, and it uses the water feature as well. But if you want to save the battery, you can literally switch it off, and then you've got up to 6 hours at night. It's resin, but it looks and feels like rock. It comes complete like this, and I've got to tell you folks, at this money, I don't think you'll find anything like it at that sort of price.
It is brilliant.
There's just no way.
I'm just about to grab up here. So tomorrow night on the show, we have Bev as the guest tomorrow night. And actually, I just saw a message. What is she bringing tomorrow night? Polty. The Polty Slim. That's what she's bringing tonight. And the Polty Simply Iron. So tomorrow night, if you fancy checking that out. Who's presenting tomorrow night? Rob is here. Rob is here tomorrow night with Bev, so please tune in for that one sometime after midnight. Before tonight, just say thank you to David, who's been on floor tonight, changing everything around for us and helping us out. The guys upstairs as well, Leslie and Paul up in the gallery working hard. And of course, Mike. Mike, I'd love to say it was a pleasure, but it's been a pleasure. First time working together. What a guy as well. I don't know where he gets the energy from, but most importantly, it's a big thank you to you as well, folks. So we'd like to say thank you very much indeed. Please check out those baskets, and we hope you sleep very well tonight, and we will see you tomorrow again on ShopOnTV. Don't forget Channel 89.